Sure.
I don't know if I'm ready.
Are you ready? I mean, this is going to be huge. This could change the landscape of the show entirely.
Oh no.
I mean, are we talking Trinity test levels?
Yes. Sure. You ready? Here it comes. Jurassic World 2 looks fucking stupid.
Okay, that's not a hot take though.
Yeah, no, that movie looks
It's a
terrible.
nuclear take. It's a nuclear take.
It's not.
Apparently.
All you
Apparently
needed to
it's the
say
hottest.
was Jurassic. What? And then I was done. I was out.
Arlen took a short nap. It's like a narcoleptic trigger. Jurassic World.
Like the moment you got to the W sound and not the P sound, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I'll watch Jurassic Park 3 before I watch Jurassic World again.
Remember when people liked Jurassic Park because it was kind of a smart sci-fi adventure series?
Wait,
Right.
and
now
now that
people-
was smart. What?
And
With
Yeah, the
themes
first
and
movie-
characters and
the first
a
movie is
point.
very intelligent, and now people are like, "Ha more dinosaurs." I'm like, it's not what brought us here, guys.
You're
Like,
just wrong. Everything is wrong.
the last Jurassic Park movie spent 2 hours telling me what a fucking dumbass I was,
Yep.
and that these things are investments paid for by Verizon, and I don't care about anything. Look, T-Rex. I'm sex man Chris Pratt with a mustache.
Everybody
My
thinks
only
I should
job
be
in this
Nathan
movie-
Drake because
My only job in
I'm
this movie is
funny.
to make innuendos. I'm Bryce Dallas Howard. I play Lady Business.
Yep.
Watch me murder this babysitter for no
What?
reason.
No, that's Colin Trevorrow. Colin Trevorrow took out some weird, unworked out issues with a babysitter or a caretaker or maybe a neighbor. That woman wasn't even a babysitter. She was like a fucking corporate assistant or something like
Yeah.
that.
Watch
She's like a
future
personal
Supergirl
assistant.
co-star get drowned.
Dude,
Exactly.
It was kind of fucked up.
Now,
was
the
like-
thing
I
we're
really
not,
hate Karen accents. You gotta go.
the thing we're not noticing here is that they never did a spin-off movie about the guy with the 2 margaritas.
Wait, wasn't that supposed to be Jimmy Buffett apparently?
That is Jimmy Buffett.
It was?
Yes.
Oh God.
That's
Oh.
hilarious. I love that so much. This movie rules. Never mind.
Mm.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
also another nuclear take. Battle Angel Alita looks like fucking dog shit too.
Oh my fucking
And then
god.
finally,
Ugh.
after 2 days of despising movies, because those two, I'm also currently in a slow uphill battle with a cold that's gonna start to kick my ass. I've been grumpy as fuck.
Me too.
Those two
Uh.
came out. I was like, humanity is doomed.
Jesus Christ.
And then
Hyperbolic a bit.
I don't know if
and-
that. I think that's a bit much, but okay.
Yeah, Battle Angel Alita doesn't look exciting, but I don't know about that. I don't know.
Ugh.
it looks like a bunch of people standing around a PS3 render is what it looks like.
I'm-
God damn it.
I am convinced that James Cameron has hydrogen psychosis at this point.
Does he?
It would explain a lot.
It would. It would.
But then
I like my women with big muscles, and I don't want to see their waists or whatever.
And give him the big anime eyes. Give him the big anime eyes. What did you say? We can't hear you from the submarine.
They're not sexy if their skin doesn't look like leather.
Oh.
fucking James Cameron, his office is a fucking bathysphere.
Damn it.
You know what? I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't. You know. It's
I mean-
possible.
Sir,
talking
can I
about a
come in yet?
man-
No, I haven't quite finished depressurizing yet.
I don't know.
But then, after 2 days of rampant disappointment, that fucking Spider-Man trailer dropped, and I haven't.
Fuck.
It's
Yeah.
That thing is so cool.
That
Yes.
trailer was cool. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
but we'll talk afterwards because we got mid-season finales this week. Woo!
Yay! We should be far more
wow.
excited.
Fucking housing.
You know-
Did we do intros yet? Let's do that first.
No, we didn't.
We should
Hi, I'm the sickly and very grumpy and not all together witted Connor McGraw.
Whoever.
Anybody can follow that. Go ahead.
I'm Hunter Davenport. I'm not nearly as grumpy as Connor is, but you know,
This might be my grumpiest episode.
I could get there.
I believe in you.
do.
I can get you there real quick. Watch this. The Venom movie's happening, Hunter.
No.
God damn it. We are Venom. God damn it.
Okay, let's get
What's
out of the
that,
way
Iris?
right now. Let's get out of the way now. It's kind of sad that the Venom movie is probably gonna happen before the Gambit movie ever has a chance of being ever made.
So many problems.
The Gambit movie's not real.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who else is here?
Arlen Harrow here. Yay.
I'm Erik Fedorchak. I'm the preeminent Mr. Fantastic and Wild Dog / fiction writer.
God damn it.
Wait, Mr. Terrific, not Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Terrific. Sorry, yeah, Mr.
Ooh,
Terrific.
that's even.
God
that's a
damn it.
weird.
That would be even better.
I don't want to see a Mr. Fantastic / fiction anything.
I want to see nothing but.
Well, except for
No.
him and Hank Pym. That would be interesting.
Yes, please.
Because they deserve each other. They deserve each other. Yeah. Allan, goddammit, introduce yourself. Allan.
Allan.
Oh, Jesus
Hi,
Christ.
I'm Alan Muir, star of such films as Mommy, What's Wrong with That Man's Face?
Who is not ready to be a Troy McClure? Oh my God.
Rest
You
in
know-
peace, Will Hartman.
You might
You're a
remember
fan.
such films as werewolves.
Sometimes Allan disappoints me, and then
Then he goes and does something like that.
God
That's like
damn it.
That's like the first ever prepared intro I've ever seen Allan use. That was like an instant hit.
Yeah.
Then again, he never does prepared intros.
Nope.
Okay. So who are we starting with? What are we starting with this week? Because all of us had varied opinions on what the hell was the best this week.
So Flash was the winner of the week this week. I'm not mad. No, wait, I am mad.
Just
But no, it was. I don't understand this. I do not understand. I do not comprehend this. I do not endorse the final ranking of this week. Because I just cannot agree that Flash was it was the best for three of you. Better than Legends this week. I don't.
By a hair.
Yeah.
Okay, that's no. I'm sorry.
No,
No.
fuck you. That's not gonna happen. This is my show.
No. If I am so. This was like as if we got an episode stolen from the middle of season 2. The golden age of Legends, as we all know. And then it was plopped in as the mid-season finale, and you were all like, this Flash episode that's good is better than that. I don't get it. I don't understand. But whatever, we'll talk about Flash, I guess. So, Flash.
It's because
it is.
Flash has arguably the most interesting development of all 4 shows.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sexy Clifford DeVoe, I guess. Because
Well, okay, let's get the crap out of the way first. I have to make a statement first. I'm stitching together these shows through naps, headaches, and Tylenol. So, like, in between waking up and going, "Ow, the light hurts my eyes," sniffles, naps, and feeling like everything on me hurts. I'm gonna piece together these shows from the fugue state I've been in for the last 5 or 6 days. So here we go. Ambient Black is probably the worst thing to grace this show ever.
I can't
oh,
disagree with that.
yeah, she is.
She's terrible.
And considering
And
who's
Katie
playing her,
Sackhoff is not untalented. I don't know what's happening.
it's like a weird alternate universe where Katie Sackhoff is bad.
Can I give my theory?
Sure.
I mean, that's what
She's
we're
trying to
here
do a Wentworth Miller.
I mean, Oh God, that might be the answer. Like, because Wentworth Miller can do serious. He's done serious
right.
before.
That's what it seems like to me she's doing. She's doing a very cheap, low rent, just bad all around Bellatrix Lestrange. That's all she's doing.
Oh,
yeah, I
God.
can see that.
It's
I
just
can totally see that.
she's doing a very poor woman's Helena Bonham Carter, and it's not working at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
One, because Helena Bonham Carter has that accent, so she just sounds like that when she wants to kind of sound menacing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Katie Sackhoff is actually British.
She's not.
No. Like,
Didn't think so. Last I heard.
if we were getting this performance from like a random Vancouver actress, I would get this. But this is a big name.
Yeah.
She was
just,
rumored to play Captain Marvel, for God fucking sakes.
Like she's shared the screen with Vin Diesel and Batista in the same film, along with Karen Gillan. Wow, she's been in a movie with a handful of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
Didn't she headline Battlestar Galactica?
Yes, she was the
Yeah.
lead character.
Yeah, oh, good. Oh, she was fucking
She
Starbuck,
was,
wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
God
she was.
damn it. That just makes this all the worse.
Yeah. Her performance is awful
It's
considering
reprehensible.
who
It's
she
fucking
is.
terrible. And
Well,
it's
you can't blame her role completely. You also have to give some of the credit to her menacing bucket of metal.
God. That she threateningly levitates. Like she's like, I'll kill you with my shrapnel.
Remember when she makes that wall that's not even a wall, it's just shrapnel in the sky? And
Also, it's just like the stunning impracticality of how she chooses to use her powers is just
Right.
at this point, we're past annoying. Like I'm just bothered by it. Like
Mhm.
like she has to make the gauntlet, and then she has to make a fist, and then she has to point it at someone to shoot the metal. Bitch,
Well,
you can control the metal with your mind. Just throw it.
Right.
That's the thing, though. She showed up with the gauntlet on at least this time.
Yeah, but like, instead of stopping them with a wall, like, I don't know, make like bear traps out of the metal or whatever.
Also, I'm gonna poke a giant hole, and Eric, you'll probably back me up on this too, because you have medical experience. I'm gonna poke a giant hole in the scene where Caitlin kind of outsmarts everybody by filling the room with anesthetic to knock everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how quickly you would know if you were being slowly gassed with anesthetic.
Yeah.
One, you'd have the worst fucking headache in the world. Okay.
Yeah.
You would be like, something's really not right here. You wouldn't just be like, oh, on the ground. It's not ether. It's
No. And that's the thing too. Caitlin was just wearing a medical mask. She would have been as affected by it as everyone else.
everybody
In the room.
in that room would have been miserable.
Yeah.
Probably sick, like because it's not going right into your system, so you're not breathing it in like kind of all at once. Like it's not being fed directly into your lungs like with an intubation tube or anything like that. It's just in the air, so you're just slowly gassing a room full of people. Everyone will be doubled over like, can you stop, please? Also, right away, within minutes, someone will be like, hey, that smells funny.
Yeah.
Because it does smell. It smells like shit.
It's not
Because
the
we
most
use
pleasant.
isoflurane in animal medicine. Isoflurane and sevoflurane. And isoflurane, it just smells like chemical death. It's awful, and everyone would smell it if they're using ISO. But if they're using something else, like it's still gonna have to smell. It's still gonna be awful.
Well, I mean,
Also,
that's
the amount of
the point
time
of
it would take to fill a room with that much anesthetic to knock people out is forever. That's how
And
long.
especially a dilapidated warehouse or
Yeah, a
old
dilapidated warehouse
hospital.
with shit ass ventilation everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
you're not in
Yeah.
a fucking stone chamber.
Well, and beyond that, like when she was removing the piece of metal from the guy's, what was that? His back of his skull, his spine. I couldn't tell exactly where it was. He would have been shooting blood like a geyser. Like
Yes.
it can't just pull it out and then be like, all right, let's go. Like here's a little medical glue. You're fine. Shut up.
Yeah.
Just go.
Here's some surgery. You'll be fine. I forgot this dude's purpose up until the end of the show. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he was there for to begin with. Wasn't he originally a Meadow who was kind of psychic?
Well, she
Yeah.
was saying that she was selling him because they had established that in a prior episode with the Meta who cried the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. So DeVoe
Yeah.
wanted. So yeah, it's set up early that DeVoe's gonna buy this guy, I guess.
Yeah.
I also let's get to now that we've taken an appropriate shit all over the Amy and Black stuff. The Clifford DeVoe developments this week were nothing short of fascinating.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
They were great.
So, anybody else laugh till they died when DeVoe careened into the fucking water?
It
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Funny as fuck, and I don't think it was meant to be, because like it's just this dude in a wheelchair who's like, "Ah!"
It's pretty
like
goofy.
he Peter Venkmans when Slimer's coming at him all the way to the water. Ah! Also, they kind of made us eat crow because we're like, okay, the flotation device shit is stupid and it will never be brought up again. Well, we were wrong.
Yeah,
Within the
it
first,
finally had a
10
purpose.
minutes?
God, when
Yeah.
he showed up, I was like, what the fuck?
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, good idea, Cisco.
Yeah.
So the DeVoe stuff, I do want to point out that like the scene where Harrison Wells, Eobard Thawne looks at DeVoe and says, big fan, is very amusing to me now because a man who stole a man's body goes on to promote and talk about and give credit to a man who will go on to steal a man's body.
Yeah.
Good point.
Oh
point.
my. Oh God.
I think that's funny as hell.
Wow. That did
He's
not
like,
occur to me.
Clifford, big fan. DeVoe's like, who is that guy?
This
Wow.
episode also paid off with a lot of the stuff that, Allan had pointed out earlier in the chat about, it was 3 years waiting, seeing
3 years.
seeing Wally, or not Wally, Barry with handcuffs on.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I think the big difference in that scene, it looked like
He was
Barry's
in
dad,
Iron Heights.
it looked like Barry's dad was talking to him though, and Barry's dad's dead.
It could
I could
easily
be
be Earth 3 Flash.
That too.
Which is
It
what
also. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's what I would assume. It could also be that the timeline is so changed
Yeah.
from when he initially traveled back in time. So
Uh-oh. Very
Well, they're-
flash pointed.
It also had the payoff of this house is bitchin' yet again.
I'm convinced that's supposed to be a running through line throughout the season so far.
yeah,
Okay.
Or Cisco's just trying to find a place where people are like, that's where this is from.
can
This
we
house is... No, it's cold. Damn it.
can we talk about how DeVoe and his wife have better chemistry than Iris or Barry?
Yes.
Or Iris and Barry, I should say, because they do. Like, they're a more convincing couple after 7 episodes than Iris and Barry are after 2.5
are,
seasons.
and what's weird is that his wife is this like kind of, I don't know her age, but she's young looking, kind of has an exotic look, and the actor playing DeVoe is this kind of like almost like a Martin Shalhoub kind of looking guy, like he's very like kind of like
Tony Shalhoub.
there we go, Tony Shalhoub. I don't know, dude, you're all lucky I know what fucking day it is, okay? I think I'm running on like 7 hours of sleep between 3 days. What did I call him?
Anyways.
Martin Shalhoub? I have no idea who that is.
Martin Landau and Tony
Older-
Shalhoub.
Older, schlubby looking guy. And they're really convincing. Meanwhile, Barry and Iris are two young, pretty people who are in love because they're supposed to be.
Yep.
Right.
It's
That's how
the,
life
it's,
works,
the,
Connor.
it's the Anakin Padme problem.
Yeah. Also,
Connor,
the
that's how life
comics.
works, okay?
Because
Yeah.
we have to do what the comics do, guys. We can't diverge from them at all. Oh no.
Yeah, we can't do that. Hey, let's shit on our third Black Canary. Yeah, that's a good
I don't-
idea.
I don't remember Iris being black in the comic book, so
She's
Oh,
Black
there's
Canary
that.
too.
No, she's white in the comics.
Oh, this is getting real awkward.
But isn't her brother somehow black? I don't.
It doesn't matter.
No. In the comics, there's I really don't know what to call.
New 52 Earth is Prime Earth, which is very confusing. But yes.
There's her nephew Wally, which is his father was the Daniel West Reverse Flash.
Okay.
And then there's Wally West from the original Wally West.
Right. Okay.
You know what's weird is that I guess the actor that got to play Iris in the cut scene from Justice League was also black. So, and it doesn't make a goddamn difference, honestly.
And Kirsten Clemens was supposed to be in, or was cut from Justice League playing Iris West.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose that's more or less what I just said.
They just gave her Iris's pilot lines, though, to make her more like Iris, because that's the smart thing to do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's already some aping from the TV show that's not being discussed outside of our show, it seems. So, along with the rumors we heard, a year ago, that the villain of the Flash movie was going to be basically like, "Hi, I'm Professor Eobard Thawne. I'm a paralyzed guy in a wheelchair with glasses. You haven't seen this before ever."
The plot was season 1 of The Flash. The entire plot.
Yeah.
They gave a small description. And it was exactly the same.
With Captain Cold being, not Captain Cold, but Len Snart, a thug or a bodyguard for Eobard Thawne.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of his henchmen.
Right.
Good. Great.
Thank God that script is gone.
Well, the DCEU just throws everything out. At the end of each month, they throw out what they've gone through and done so far, and then they start over again. That's their process. In case anybody didn't know,
To be the case.
Just in case something's too good.
Or even if it is good and they know it, they're like, we have to throw it out, guys. It's our process.
Actually, it's honestly, not to get back into Justice League, but from all the stuff that's come out the last week or two, it seems like Zack Snyder made what sounds like a very interesting Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was like, "This is too okay. Call Joss."
Yeah.
Joss.
Back on topic.
He just slithers out of a fucking pile of goo in the floor, yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm here to make my Avengers movie. Wait, what?
What? Why is Joss a Buffy character? Jesus Christ!
I don't know what's happening anymore.
So in the interim
there was a deleted scene from this week that's actually my favorite moment that Iris West has had on screen ever in this show. And it's, I guess, Ralph goes to watch. He attempts to watch Stranger Things on Netflix through the Star Labs computers and creates a level 13 security alert. And he's like, "Oh God, why is it level 13? There's alarms going off everywhere." And Barry and Iris suddenly appear. Barry runs in. He goes, "Holy crap, what's happening? What's the emergency?" And Ralph's like, "I was just trying to watch Netflix, and some stuff happened." Barry walks over and just presses a button, and Ralph's like, "I was gonna press that next." And Candace Patton, this is easily her best moment, just unloads on him. She's like, "I'm supposed to be on a beach." She's
Jesus Christ.
With tiny umbrellas in them. And then Barry pulls her back.
That moment would have been nice in this episode. Where we find out that in the interim between the crossover, which again was great, that everybody's just been hanging out with Killer Frost because they thought she was more fun to hang out with, and they just,
that she's more fun than Caitlin.
And they just weren't telling Caitlin. What? Why
wow,
would you
that makes everybody in this show really fucking awful.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes them all terrible fucking people. Why would they do that?
I mean...
No, why? Why would you not tell her? This makes no sense.
Because...
What was that inside joke they had?
Because
Baking
conflict,
soda.
dude.
It's manufactured bullshit. That's what it is.
We'll get there. We'll get there when we talk about Arrow.
No, okay, there's some of it in this week, too. Remember when Iris has to choose who she's going to look for? Really?
What?
she has to choose between their manpower as to whether or not they should look for Barry or look for Caitlin. That was...
I hate the. One is more useful than the other. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
One is practically a god. The other one's a doctor who has ice powers.
Right. And they have to choose.
And not a good doctor.
And she chooses Caitlin.
Yeah, but she's quirky and adorable though. So leave.
Honestly, if it came down to rescuing Grant Gustin or Daniel Panabaker, I'm sorry, Grant, but
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
guy.
I would choose Caitlin.
I hope for the best.
But yeah, like Iris is barely useful except for when she does make a choice, because
But that's
hey,
only
at least
because
it's more than
Harrison
she's ever
pushed her
done.
into it.
Right, like Harry has to be there to make her be a good character.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear this episode apart, just so y'all know. Because fuck this episode. The weird fight between Cisco and Ralph that comes out of nowhere, and it's like we get grumpy Cisco back all over again.
Oh no!
No, not Grumpy Cisco. Petty Cisco.
It's the same. It's the same branch of the tree. And they get into this weird fight over whatever. I guess like over Ralph being too mouthy, as if that's not who Ralph is. As if Cisco expects better from him. I don't.
I mean,
This is a great show.
Cisco's got a lot of balls to say, like, hey, don't mouth off to villains. Like, motherfucker, you give them cheeky-ass nicknames and say it to their faces.
This whole episode.
This is a great television show, guys.
It really is. It's hey guys, this is the show that everybody thought was the best of this week. I just wanted to keep on pointing this fucking
We
out.
haven't even talked about why we think it's the best this week, which I guess we can just get right to.
Right.
The climax of this show, this episode, is easily the most earth-shattering thing to happen since Harrison Wells revealed himself as a Reverse Flash.
It is
This
the
was
best
this is
villain plan
huge.
anybody's come up with. It's the best. It's the best plot that any villain has ever put together, and it's the most foolproof.
One because we still know what the fuck it is.
Right.
Yeah.
We just got a little piece of it, but it's pretty foolproof.
Yeah.
I don't know how Barry's gonna get out of this, to be honest. Yeah.
Damn Flash
that's-
Wars. I
that's-
have no idea how they're gonna get out of this one.
No. No, this is it's set up for a lot of good suspense because,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I do love the moment where Barry's like, I could run.
Mm-hmm.
I could run right now and no one would even know I was here.
That was really strong. Yeah.
And he chooses to stay. And like, what doesn't he? I think he thinks about Iris, and like he makes the most responsible decision. Like, I'm a married man, and I'm caught in a crime scene. The worst thing I do is run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expected there to be like a flashback to when he broke Rick Cosnet out of jail. That would have been a really cool callback, but yeah, there's some good stuff there that he plays really well. And I didn't know how that knife was going to play later on, but when it came back, I was like, oh, of course, that's what that's for.
Remind me the was the knife because I've forgotten.
So
They were opening up wedding presents.
Yeah. And there's a knife with a case that's like, and it's got
Yeah, and
like
there's just
two
one
knives.
of them.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
missing one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then he walks in and he finds DeVoe's old body just lying there stabbed.
Which the only thing disappointed with that is that I thought that actor has been like tremendous
Yeah.
He's been great.
since the beginning, and now I'm like, we're gonna lose that performance and that look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, why would he get back into that cool ass fucking knockoff Mobius chair ever again? That, well, I mean, also, it's in the bottom of the ocean, so
Exactly.
Yeah. My theory would be that he will come back towards the end, maybe. Because I don't think his plan is going to quite go the way he expects it. I think this new body is going to start to
No.
break down eventually.
They wouldn't
I
have
would love
something
to
like
see
that
him.
happen.
I would love to see him try to get the Mobius chair out of the ocean.
My guess is also that he has multiples. He doesn't just have
King-
one.
King Shark just like is bench pressing it out of the water.
Well, to go back to the person that the Thinker is inhabiting at this point. Now, maybe I'm misremembering this, but didn't that guy say to Caitlin, like, my telepathic powers only work when I can see the person?
Mm-hmm.
So when they're escaping, how is he telling her, wait, there's guys coming this way. Wait, there's guys coming this way. And pretty much anything else that he was doing.
I think it's more like, it's not like literally like I have to be looking at you. It's like as far as I could see. I think that's more what it means.
It's like a Nightcrawler teleportation thing. He has to be able to visualize where he's going.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be like
see that.
within the range of his vision, I guess. So like 30 yards.
All right,
maybe.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I read
That-
that at least.
And I really think the secret best part of this episode was when DeVoe's wife said his brain is smarter than yours to Barry while he was trapped in the flashproof cage.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like my face is tired for Mass Effect Andromeda.
I did like how Barry got out of that cage. That was a good moment.
What did he vibrate so quickly that he basically vanished and DeVoe thought he was gone, so he turned the trap off? Is that what happened?
He basically he opened the cage, letting Barry out.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah. So I like that.
The fuck fooled you.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say after that bothered me was that I get that DeVoe is such a, his brain works in such a way that, like, he can predict what you're going to do within seconds of you doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of him stopping Barry's hand is completely laughable.
Yeah.
Especially if Barry's like, I can vibrate so fast that I can disappear from the human eye completely. They overpowered Barry and then fucking nerfed him in 5 seconds.
Listen, Connor, his brain is smarter than yours. You don't.
My brain,
you don't
my brain be gooder than yours, Barry.
Bear. I did like. Here's the thing: the DeVoe stuff is all very good. Like he has the thing. We wouldn't want, or what does he say? He uses Joe's like nickname for Barry or against him or whatever. Or I can't remember the exact moment or whatever. He's like, "It's too bad, Bear," or whatever. Right before Joe was about to enter their apartment or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was a good moment. Yeah, I don't know. The DeVoe stuff, I don't know where this is going to go. This new actor, I'm not against him yet, but he's not the best.
Yet.
Is it? Is it bad if he reminds me of Mehcad Brooks?
Yeah, because that's a little racist.
No.
Wow.
I mean,
Whoa.
he looks like a toned down version of him.
He looks nothing like Mehcad Brooks. I'm sorry. I don't get what you're saying.
Who's Mehcad Brooks?
He's Jimmy. He looks very little like Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy. He looks nothing like Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen's like 8 feet tall.
What are you saying?
Jimmy
Alan?
Olsen
Black
is
man with no hair. Like that's the only similarities they have.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What are you saying, Alan? Are you saying all of our white guys sound the same too? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm starting to think Allan has face blindness. Which
Might. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
He is.
I would not be surprised.
He has no object permanence, but it's like faces.
Yep.
He stares at someone long enough, they're just like, what's he look like? He had eyes and a nose.
Yeah.
Any discernible features? No.
But yeah, I did like this guy on the phone. He was intimidating on the phone, but I don't know if it's just like a one. They did like 10 takes with him and he was bad, and that's just the one where he was good. I don't know. I'm unsure of this guy as of now. So
He's just kind of not like. I was saying last time we got to talk about CW is that like the actor who plays Defoe has a very distinct way of speaking and acting, and his head movements and like the way he kind of communicates is very unique. And then we transition from that performance to this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've just taken a lot of the teeth out of this villain because he was looking cool as shit before and had a very distinct and interesting performance, and now we got this guy.
Yeah, you replaced him with random Vancouver actor.
I'm a pretty guy.
Right.
Well, that's exactly what it was. They needed somebody younger and better looking.
Right. But like they've never really done that before, really. They've always like built up their villains and made them interesting, or they kind of, it's not stunt casting, but they get somebody who you have like knowledge of, lightly at least. People knew who Tom Cavanaugh was, even if they'd never really seen anything with him. So this
Or
is
like the startlingly good role of Blacksmith by Katie Sackhoff.
God.
All right, let's move on to the actual winner of the week, because I have nothing else to say about this.
Before we move on to it, I really like the idea of Ralph and Blacksmith dating. Just when he's like, you can Netflix and chill.
I did
kinda
like
want
when
the
him
season
and
to
Cisco
end.
showed up.
I kind of want the season to end with like everything's settled. They beat Defoe, and then a post-credit stinger of Ralph and Amunet like just sitting there, and Ralph is like using his best line. She's like, "Just shut up and eat the food."
I would love that as well.
She's like, "God, you're annoying." and then they start dating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. That's the only relationship I'm actually hopeful for.
Yeah.
Except if anything would happen to Iris, and at this point, I'm kind of hoping it does.
Jesus.
Fucking Supergirl and Barry have excellent chemistry, and every time they're on screen together, I'm like, oh god, yes, here they are.
Yeah. It's the high point.
Actually, and also, I think there's two people who have more chemistry with Barry over Candace Patton / Iris, and that's Felicity and fucking Kara.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Stephen Amell even. God damn.
They're a more convincing couple.
Kind of. Yeah.
I do have to say, this is like less our group and more Facebook in general. Liana's post this week debating over Oliver Queen or Barry Allen was very, very amusing.
Yeah.
You were like, yeah, but Ray Palmer.
Yeah, like, he's the only correct choice. Ray doesn't pretend to be a member of the League of Assassins and then lie to you about it.
I mean, McRory, though.
Well, and I pitched fucking Tom Cavanaugh, Harrison Wells. She's like, yeah, kinda.
Right, yeah. Until he reveals himself to be evil. But Harry, maybe Harry. Who knows?
Hey, Chloe said in one of our chats, she's like, Tom Cavanaugh, for being, I think, 50 years old, she's like, he's pretty good looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, whatever.
Music starts playing.
Float your boat.
Yeah.
Legends this week.
Yep.
Okay, here's what Connor remembered from Legends. A puppet, a toy, and sadness.
What? How dare
There's
you?
a little bit more to it than that.
I remember young Martin Stein in a fucking mall.
Yes.
And a Hanukkah sweater.
And then he knocks over
toy.
yes, and it's a reference to Jingle All the Way. It's better than the entirety of that film.
Yes.
But this was the moment where I was like, okay, I love this episode. He gets the doll by picking up a bow and arrow, and guess what starts to play? The Arrow theme, as he knocks.
I totally missed that.
That's that at
Totally
all.
missed that.
So
It's
stupid.
It's the best.
So dumb.
He hits an airplane while the Arrow theme is playing full force. And then the BEEBO gets knocked down, and he catches the BEEBO running out of the mall before being time traveled back into Viking times.
And then didn't BEEBO become BEEBO God of War?
Yes, he became the god of the Vikings.
He became yeah.
Oh man, that's why I love Legends of Tomorrow.
I love that they kept screwing up. Agent Sharp kept screwing up, or kept saying these just
Yeah, these
ridiculous
fake holidays.
Yeah, instead of Christmas.
and she was like, damn it.
I always knew that sounded weird. So good. But I love
remember
Leo at the beginning. Do you remember this?
Oh wait.
Leo
No,
Leo with the hand puppet.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what I was getting to. This slam cut of everyone talking this puppet was, god damn it, McBrory.
No, I just hate.
I guess we've got some feelings to work out with Professor Stein. No, I just hate puppets.
So good.
I do love how it's this series of like very unfortunate reactions, and then like it just like slam cut to Jackson starts like, okay, now I can finally see why this is not working.
Yeah. I realize now that this might have been unsensitive. But yeah.
Didn't Snart spend a whole lot of time this episode trying to like crack Rory?
Yeah.
Right, he tried to help
he
him
did.
kick alcoholism.
Yeah.
Which is the best. I'm sorry, like, and I love Jack sort of reacting to the last episode and like having a proper send off where he gets to sort of memorialize his friend and like, you know, have these moments where it's like, will I save him or not? Will I go against my captain?
Now, remind me, because I watched Legends almost immediately after the episode debuted. Did they ever touch about what he's gonna do? Because isn't he gonna like explode?
No, because of the serum that they took during the crossover.
No, yeah,
Okay.
it's basically the firestorm effect is no longer, you know, present.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Because
It's not like what happened to Martin when Ronnie left.
Yeah, otherwise he
Yeah.
would have
With
immediately
Ronnie-
bound
Ronnie-
with that baby.
Ronnie's departure. Yeah. Ronnie's.
I love that that's the official canon of our show is that he's gonna bond the baby.
I think that's hilarious.
I'm telling you, and then like the Firestorm Matrix is like, sorry, the baby's body's younger, it's faster, so
Baby
Or vice
Firestorm.
versa, it's a baby
Yeah,
brain
actually-
in charge of that body.
oh fuck, where's it going with this? Shit, I lost my thought.
About
That's okay.
Jax.
It's gone.
Well,
it is
lots of
gone.
things
Try to save
happen.
it, folks.
But they call in Agent Sharp, and she actually comes to help.
Which I noticed they
Dude, what
sexed
the-
her up a bit.
What the fuck happened to that time bureau?
I don't
Where's
know.
Rip?
He's in
He's in
prison.
jail.
Yeah, Rip is in prison, I guess, and like they did something that I've been assuming since like the first episode, which is Sharp and Sarah, which is going to happen.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm convinced by the end of the season they're like
Absolutely.
girlfriend, and they're
Well,
on the
first
show
of all,
together.
it seems like at this point, if you're a chick and Sarah makes eye contact with you, there's
you-
like a 33% chance that she's gonna sleep with you.
And you mention,
likely.
like, if you're like, I'm 10% bi. Like, if I'm 10% into girls, she's like, oh, really? I'll make that like
No,
60.
you feel like
My uncle
yeah,
was
yeah,
bi.
I'm 10%. I'm 10% bi. Sarah's like, yeah, well, I am the extra zero. Okay. And then I kind of want to see them sitting there both killing a bottle of Jack Daniels, like her and Alex did.
Yes. Yeah.
And
They
yeah,
destroyed that
who said they sexed up Sharp? Because they totally did.
Yeah,
like
Eric did.
Hair-
she used
her
to
hair's all-
pulled
Hair's
back
all
now.
spilled out to the side and all in fucking waves. I
Mhm.
noticed that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
also,
they made her
they
much more
decided to-
approachable.
they decided to make her a lot less crabby.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
she seemed
kind of
been
a fan
almost
of her
eager
character.
to work with them.
Yeah, and
Kind
I
of.
think it's because like they've been kind of like Rip's been exposed, so I think the Time Bureau is like, okay, this isn't exactly what we thought it was. But I've liked Sharp ever since I saw her and Sarah have that fist fight that ended with like, do you want some water?
That
Yeah.
was good.
So it seems like Damien Dark is building his own little Evil Legends team.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. He's building, maybe you could say, a Legion of Doom, perhaps. Which leads me to a theory that they did not actually answer or dismiss in this episode, which is that Malice is Thawne. Which I never actually got to say on air because it's luck and God trying to kill us in this podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're all-
yeah.
We can all hear him. Trying to kill you with his voice. He's trying to flush or die you.
But yeah, no, my theory, and because here's the thing, all we got about Malice this episode, which is the most disappointing thing about this episode for me, is Malice looks kind of like a Dementor, I guess. Is that what
I don't even remember seeing him.
like
Is
you
he a
see like his
Dementor?
hand, and it looks like a Dementor from Harry Potter.
Okay.
Like, because Sarah goes to that other dimension.
Yeah, I remember that.
And like you
Okay.
see him like reaching for her.
Question:
Mhm.
Would you be more disappointed? What should you would be more disappointed with? If Malice is basically just like, oh, he's a scary space god, woo,
Mm-hmm.
or if he's revealed to be someone who's like, oh, I know that guy.
I'd be more disappointed in the Scary Space God.
Me too.
Because these shows don't really do well with that. Like, Savitar, when he was just that, was disappointing. And then when they revealed what he really was, it was even more disappointing.
God damn it. That's just funny, because that's basically what I just asked. It's like, are you just this kind of spooky god of the Speed Force? Or are you fucking Barry Allen?
Right.
And then he stepped out of that suit, and I was like, fuck you. Fuck you, CW.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, in one of my fanfics, he is fucking Barry Allen.
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
That's how Savitar was literally born.
Oh, God. I mean...
It all happened the night Nora Allen was killed. There was like 75 berries in that house, all stuffed in some corner somewhere.
That's
They're
somebody's
certainly
fetish somewhere.
stuffed into something.
God damn
Yeah.
it. Oh, my
Stop it.
God.
Show got filthy all of a sudden.
This is a bad show. We should cancel this. Why do
just
we...
give Just let it try and be published. It'll end up being blank audio.
Right. No, Steve Jobs will personally delete the file from my computer.
From beyond the grave.
He walks in your house, doesn't make eye contact with you, walks over your computer, starts digging around.
He's like the German... He's like Red Skull's second command from Winter Soldier. I recorded my mind into these audio
Armin
tapes.
Zola.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't particularly care for Damien Dark. I don't particularly care for this Malice stuff. I mean, I like Damien Dark more than I used to.
I don't
I
like
like
that
that
they
John
keep
Noble
on making
doing
it
the
a
voice of him.
secret. Yeah, John Noble's good, but I don't like this continued, like, who is Malice? And it's like, why? Why are you doing this?
That's what you just brought up. With we just got over who is Savitar.
Right.
The Savitar buildup is just like tantamount for. It's like waiting for a fucking elevator to get to the top floor. It's that exciting.
Well, I know why they don't abandon this kind of storytelling, because it did... We talk about how it failed last year, but it also succeeded last year. Adrian Chase being Prometheus was a great reveal.
Yes, it was.
So I see why they wouldn't just abandon that sort of reveal thing, but they're not doing a good job. So
It's the follow-ups, because Adrian Chase was revealed and matched Barry move for move on the chessboard, so to speak, and like beat him on several occasions.
yeah,
And like
he
when
was
we finally
winning.
got Savitar is revealed for about 3 episodes, and is just like is promptly thwarted at every opportunity.
Yeah. Adrian
After-
Chase
after-
was winning up until the last minutes of
After
that
he
episode.
looks at the camera, Savitar looks at the camera and goes like, "We just changed the plot right now."
Yeah. Mhm.
Calcified Speed Force. God damn it.
God fucking damn it.
That bothers me to this day. I think it's gonna bother me till the day I die.
Calcified Speed Force it's as confusing as the Time Replicants. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly
Easily.
more confusing.
It's neck and neck. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
So, with the kind of the Stein memorial, and Jax's subsequent departure, like, I thought Jax would stick around and find a new Firestorm partner, but I guess the actor himself is done.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? He's completely done.
He confirmed his exit.
And
Are we going to talk
man.
about the ending of the episode?
we can, but we haven't really talked enough about the
Much about the episode.
Yeah, I liked BEEBO as an idea. I thought that
I did too.
I
I
thought
do
they
love it.
executed
It's
BEEBO well.
it's an excellent analog for the Furby craze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or even
I
tickle
saw
me
someone
elbow.
complain, they're like, oh, this show can have, all these other pop culture references, but they can't use a Furby. I'm like, who cares?
It's also it's
okay?
not just
Like,
a Furby; it's an Elmo also, and
Yes.
so it's like it's
Tickle me Elmo.
yeah, it's very much like a
it
combination
doesn't matter.
of those two
It doesn't
things.
matter what toy it is, as long as it represents that stupid feverish need for people to have it. It's a fucking
Mhm.
Beanie Baby.
I mean, it's Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what era you're in. You see this BEEBO character.
It's just that stupid ass toy that will be gone in a year that a soccer mom is willing to slug you in the face over. That's all it's supposed to be.
And the big difference between making references and having a physical representation of something is you have to pay money when there's a physical representation of something.
And Warner Brothers has never had their own version of Elmo, so they really couldn't do that. So they had
Also,
to come
like,
up with something new.
Who wants to be the guy who's like, can you go please find out who is the current rights holder of the Furby toy?
Mhm.
Oh no!
Put me on the
I would
phone
watch an
with-
episode of just that.
Or who wants to pay the who created Sesame Street and
Jim Henson?
shit. Yeah, who wants to pay the Jim Henson estate? Huh?
Yeah.
Who wants
No
to
one.
spend that money to use Elmo?
No one at all.
And actually, I'm convinced the owner of the rights to Furby is actually a Furby that became sentient and became a business person. So
That's also possible. But,
You, just
yeah.
you pull his face off. He has that fucking frightening beak and eyeball combination.
yes.
God damn it. That's some Dark Tower shit. Yeah.
Jesus, slow demon.
But I like the way that they used the BEEBO.
Yeah.
I like that Ray takes over a BEEBO and
Yes.
uses
Used
it
it
to
to-
distract the Vikings.
And spread not just a message of Christianity, but also one of science can exist too.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was so good.
Yeah.
And anybody who disagrees is wrong. Yeah, that was really good.
I hope what's his face? Prenderott stays on the show for as long as it's on.
Yeah, he.
I don't
is
think he's in
great.
danger of going anywhere. I think
No.
he's very happy where he is.
And he's only
Yeah.
getting better.
Yeah.
I think. Also, like, a lot of people had good moments this week. That's the thing. Like Nate, who has been a problem all season for me. He wasn't Porky's Nate. He was.
Was he? A
He was actually
Yeah, the episode
Scholar
with
Nate.
the episode with the Dominator.
Dominators.
Yeah, he was very weird in that episode. He was suddenly way.
Then
into
there's the episode
moms.
where he was on drugs.
Yep.
What?
Well, he's been
Episode
real annoying
3.
this season. Remember when he took an acid trip? When Connor was commenting on how realistic it was? Yeah, that's a thing that happened on a television series.
He was very much Scholar version this time, like what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, and like he has that moment where they keep on reliving and like thinking about how they're gonna fight Damien and their plan. And I what performance anxiety? So good.
Well, that and
Well, the
just
problem
Damien.
is they took a scholar character who's very smart, and they gave him the best powers on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
But he has.
Why-
But he has
why be-
hemophilia.
why be smart? Not any fucking more. He's made of steel.
Right, that's true. But yeah, like, I like that they established that they don't need Firestorm to beat Damien, that they're still like capable as a team. At the end of
Also,
this episode.
also, they won't need Firestorm because Wally is totally filling that role at some point.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of people might be filling that role.
that's true.
It seems they seem to be very unclear about who is filling that role. So yeah, but apparently we're getting 2 new official cast members pretty soon.
So you think it's gonna be John Constantine?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I can't
Because
see him staying for a
I-
long time.
I don't either, but I've heard people say that, and I'm like, I don't know.
They have him for
he
2
wouldn't
episodes.
He doesn't fit on a team
Yeah.
like this.
Not on this
No,
team, but you know what team he would fit on?
Let's
Legend.
League Dark.
Arrow and the Outsiders.
Yes, coming soon. It's coming soon.
I love that this is the fucking sword Arlen is willing to fall on. Like,
No, listen, I'm willing to do it too.
Hire
I
me,
mean,
CW.
first of all,
Hire
first
me.
of all, Arrow and the Outsiders can't happen because it seems like every 2 years Arrow's like, you're all fired.
Well, the beauty of this team is it's just Oliver shows up for like 10 minutes and then he's out. He doesn't actually have to go on the missions.
So it's like Young Justice. All right.
Right. He shows up and he gives Slade a mission, and then Slade leads the team.
If there's no Red Tornado, I'm out.
Well, no, like this would be like Streetwise characters. So it'd be Human Target. I've thought about this a lot. It would be Human Target. It would be Huntress. Who else was there? But yeah, I've thought about this a lot. They've established all the characters that they would need. And Constantine would be on there to help them deal with supernatural creatures. And then you can just invent a meta, that would work. Someone, you could bring Steel from Legends, actually. He would be my pick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like where you're going, but I don't think Arrow and the Outsiders would be a good fit because
Fit for
name
what?
wise, I think it should be called Arrow and the Others.
That's an Aquaman thing.
Arrow and
I know,
Friends?
that's why.
Okay, Arrow is this universe's Batman.
Yeah.
Give him
I think
the
it'd be
Outsiders.
hilarious.
So just call it fucking Green Arrow, the Brave and the Bold.
God damn it.
yeah, that works a lot more.
By the way, that's one of my favorite Batman shows.
It's
Yeah.
it's
I
a pretty
fucking
good
love
show.
Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be hilarious if if you did do that, they'd lean heavily into Aquaman thing.
God damn it.
All of a sudden Barry's just like always wet. It'd be funny.
So we got a kind of a eulogy for Stein from
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah.
Jax tries to leave quietly, and Sarah's like, "Yeah,
What
my
are you
dead body."
talking about?
Yeah. I will say, like, this was a lot harder to handle than watching the Hawk people leave.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Who?
was. You don't remember the Hawk people, Kendra and
Hawk Henschel?
Oh man, it's
Carter
funny.
Hall.
They haven't been fucking brought up since.
Yeah.
Not a single reference since the end of season 1.
And they aren't missed. Unlike Casper something Norwegian.
Casper Crumb.
Casper Crumb. Hashtag bring back Casper Crumb. That's your favorite character, Connor, Vandal Savage.
Please do not bring Vandal Savage back in any form ever again.
Bring him back and put him on every episode.
Unless it's the fucking Cro-Magnon looking motherfucker from Justice League. What is it, Doom, or is it it's Justice League Doom, isn't it?
They bring him in and they just put a unibrow on. And
Yes, I would tolerate that. They
But he
confuse
has-
and scare.
he has the same accent and everything. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. This was a good
Connor,
episode,
you should
though.
really read Demon Knights. It has drunken medieval Vandal Savage in it as a team member.
Yeah, well, you should watch Demon Knights that has Billy Zane in a fucking cowboy getup,
What?
flinging demon blood over the outside of a house, while
Yes.
the president from Agents of Shield fights him. Okay, that's
Yes.
what you should be doing.
Everything about this sounds amazing and terrible at the
That
same
sounds
time.
awesome, and I'm into it.
Wait,
Um,
hold on.
Tales from the Crypt movie.
Wait, me and Eric know people who've here seen Demon Knight.
It's got
think so.
Jada Pinkett Smith in it.
Fucking shit! You guys need to
What
see
is
this movie
wrong
like
with you
tomorrow.
people?
Oh my god, Demon Knight is fantastic.
It is actually quite good.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're telling me it's good. I don't believe you.
No, you should.
I don't.
No, it's outside of everyone we're telling you is in it. It's actually quite good.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, dude, Billy Zane plays a demon who at some point puts on a full-on yippee-ki-yay cowboy act,
Yes.
and goes outside and has a hissy fit where he says something like yick yuck yippee yippee yow motherfucker, and just starts fucking kicking his cowboy boots everywhere and has an absolute fit.
Yeah, I can't remember that exact scene, but yeah,
It's very, very good.
it is.
But anyway, hey, Billy Zane, also Legend Tomorrow.
Yeah, he was.
Former
It's
guest star.
strange. The strangest performance I've ever seen him give.
Mm-hmm.
Who will
Except-
likely be forgotten in favor of Hugh Jack.
No, I will never forget. Hugh Jackman was Phantom.
What?
I'm
No,
talking
but
about his role on Legends.
What are you talking about? Hugh Jackman's
He's gonna
I'm
be in The
confused.
Greatest Showman. Have you not seen the trailer?
Oh, I'm not gonna go see that fucking movie.
Yeah.
So-
I work
Jack's
at an
gotta
animal
send-
hospital. I don't give a fuck about the circus.
So Jack's got to send off, and then we get
Yeah.
a nice little post, not even credits, but post Jack's leaving, like of John Constantine showing up on the ship,
Yeah.
which I was pretty excited about.
That was good.
I just like the strong connective tissue once again on display because, like, Constantine is the reason why Sarah Lance is a fucking cornerstone of this network.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like if he hadn't showed up in the best episode of season 4 of Arrow, Sarah Lance wouldn't be on Legends. So that's a good thing.
Yes, and I'd be especially sad. I love Sarah Lance. She's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't believe they took a character who had been, in my opinion, very offhandedly killed off twice. Who wasn't even the same actress in the pilot. Brought her back and have basically, like, I'm assuming through her own performance power, has become, like, more or less like the third member of, well, I guess would be like the CW Trinity
Yeah.
on that Earth anyway, because Supergirl has to come in from a separate, she comes
Yeah.
in externally.
Right.
But, like, she said it in the first crossover. She's like, this all started with us,
Yep.
like the two of us.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad she's been around as long as she has, and she better not go anywhere. I'm not a fan of the very blatant upsexing of her costume. I think it's kind of silly. It's very Power Girl boob window esque.
Very stupid.
It's kind of dumb, especially like that. Like, I'm like, why is your collar popped all the way up to your cheekbones, and why are your boobs all pushed up to your chin?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem very practical.
Her,
Crossword.
her
at the end of the
costume
day-
didn't need to get sexier. It was fine
First
where
of all,
it was.
First of all, you can put Katie Lotz in a Christmas sweater, jeans, and like Crocs, and I'd be like, God damn, she's gorgeous. Like,
You could put her in a
Doesn't matter.
Carhartt jacket and cargo pants, and she would still be attractive.
doesn't matter. Like, just look at Katie Lotz and anything, you're like, she's perfect. Like, she's just,
And she has charisma to boot.
yes, she's wonderful in everything she does.
Yeah.
Especially on Instagram.
Oh, her
That's
Instagram
true.
is a joy to follow because
Yeah.
she's so into the fan base too. I think she has Meme Mondays on her Facebook page.
It's the
Yeah, and
best.
she also trashes people who are like, I don't want to say
She's very. When people are creepy, she's very quick to call them out.
Yeah, she's
Good.
Yeah.
vocal. Vocal to say the least.
It seems like the cast of CW show aren't exactly afraid of speaking their minds. The people deserve it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stephen L.
God
who
damn
was
it.
apparently seen cutting comicbook.com to ribbons today.
So good.
Makes my heart sing.
It's
was
only
pretty
the
great.
400th time you've ran with this story.
God, that was good. I just wonder how many times like he was like, you know what? Well, let's go. And then somebody like I guess he just woke up. He's like, I had fucking decaf today. I'm not good for this shit. Like,
My kid had to throw up on the way to school. God fucking damn it.
my kid who looks like he's 9 but is in like a trigonometry class. I don't know what's going on.
That's his TV kid.
But yeah, Jax's send off is very unfortunate. I'm kind of bummed he's leaving altogether because Martin he's a character goes back to like early days Flash season 1, and Jax first appeared in
season
Flash
2.
season 2.
Yeah.
So, and the Firestorm character alone has been around for fucking forever.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like Firestorm is also one of the most like he's easily one of the more powerful members of the team, and I feel like they now suffered a big power loss
yeah, definitely.
because it's like, oh, we have all these people and this walking nuclear bomb,
Like,
and now they've
I
been
don't know,
basically.
I feel like that. Like now, I think Wally is definitely needed. Like, because
Yeah.
they need someone to fill that.
Dude, if Wally doesn't go to Legends, what the fuck are they doing with him?
Yeah.
And it's weird for us to say that because like a year ago we were like, God, I hope Wally goes away. And now we're like, oh, Wally, don't go anywhere. But I also think that had to do with bad writing because they wrote Wally to be very grumpy and very combative, for no reason it seems. Also, the drag out for him to get his super speed was almost as painful as his Avatar buildup.
Yeah.
Especially because it was an entire season of like, I like fast cars, I like fast things, I like going fast. We know. You get it. Your name's Wally West, okay? You're not gonna suddenly grow claws, okay? We know exactly what's gonna happen to you.
That would be great, though.
As a misdirection, he goes really slow.
God damn it.
Sergeant Slow.
I'm the turtle.
He becomes the true Reverse Flash. He's like, I run backwards and very, very slow.
But so slow you can't even see me.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
So I guess the Constantine thing, I don't think he's staying because it seems like this is going to be for... It's like the Legends are going to go help Constantine. The Constantine's not coming to help the Legends.
I remember hearing that they said 2 episodes, max. So he'll be in the next one and the one after that. And I remember saying in the chat, maybe they'll use those 2 episodes to build up Zari and make her an interesting character. Because that's needed. Because what has Zari done in her entire time on the show? But just trying to be annoying.
She played Mortal Kombat.
She got a costume in the crossover, okay?
Yeah.
That's a thing she did.
Right.
Yeah.
And her powers are...
Maya's.
So, it's really annoying. They've done nothing for her, and they said that they were sort of making her a focus of this season, and she's really been kind of meaningless so far, so I don't know.
She's been the exact opposite of a focus for this season.
Like,
I would love to see Booster Gold.
God damn it.
Thanks, Allan.
Really, Allan? Do you want to see Booster Gold? Huh. I've never heard that before.
Hey,
Allan,
he's in my top 3 favorite DC characters.
Hey, Allan,
Yeah,
guess
but
what?
Allan,
He's in everybody
know.
else's too. God fucking damn it.
Who doesn't
Allan,
love
I think
Booster
once-
Gold?
I think once a month you're like, I can't wait for the Booster Gold movie to happen, and then it's like, I can't wait for Booster Gold to be on DC TV, and it's just this continuous, exhausting, just this trial of hopelessness because it's not gonna happen.
Also, the same
Especially that
producers
tweet
are doing
I
a movie.
posted. Well, Kreisberg was attached to that, so remember.
Well, it doesn't matter because Berlanti was also attached to it, so it doesn't matter if Kreisberg is off the movie. The movie's going to continue on without him.
What's funny is I saw a picture of Kreisberg for the first time when this all went down, and I was like, oh, he looks like someone who would fucking behave that way.
Yeah, that's not
It's like
resurrecting
when-
this conversation.
It's like when What's His Nuts was revealed from that movie website, the super
Oh,
sleazy
yeah.
guy, I can't remember his name.
And
I
ignore.
I saw that guy and I was like, holy fuck, he is a fucking basement troll.
And Farachi.
Yeah.
I mean, him too, yeah, they're both terrible.
Yeah.
There seems to definitely be a type when this happens.
There is.
Yeah.
Unless you're Bryan Singer. Ugh. Anyway.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Any
off
last
to
thoughts
Arrow.
on Legends? Because we do need to move on.
Hold on. Brian Singer, if you're listening to this, I'm coming for you.
What? You shouldn't have said it like that. You shouldn't have phrased it like that.
I think he's gonna be coming for you.
I'll just
Especially
destroy
based
him.
on your appearance, Hunter.
Yeah, it's true. Never mind.
Oh, yeah.
But I will kill you, Brian Singer. I'll find you.
They'll send
What if-
Brett Radner to kill you.
What if that's how you kill him, though, Hunter? You
I have a very unique set of skills.
I seduce him and then I murder him.
Oh no. It's a very
Then you gain a Black Widow perk.
God fucking damn it.
I'm gonna miss Victor Garber a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm
I
gonna
am too.
miss Franz, whose last name I suddenly forgot.
Fran's drama.
There we go.
Drama.
And it sucks because I've seen him do other work too, and I know how good he is.
Like Attack the
Um,
Block.
I haven't seen that yet. I actually
It's
saw
so
him.
good. You need to see that movie.
I know, I do. It's on my list of shit like I've just been kind of not avoiding, but like just missing.
Yeah, you need to like immediately.
He was in the Netflix miniseries that I'm mourning to this day, Residue, that is super intriguing. And I know that it's not going to be as good as the movie, but I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to be really good. And I think it's going to and it has a really, really interesting cliffhanger, and then just stops. And then Netflix cancels season 2,
Yeah.
and I will never have closure on this super cool show that Fran's drama is in. And that's where I
Connor's
first learned he
Deadwood.
was. It-
Oh my god.
Residue's
God, I miss
cool as
Deadwood.
fuck, and everyone should watch it. It's also got several Game of Thrones characters palling up together. In, I think, is it Osha?
I think so.
Osha and Ramsay Bolton are a couple
Yeah.
in Residue, and you're like, one of you killed the other in Game of Thrones.
It's really weird.
It's very
It's a prequel.
in the future.
Yeah. Something about
So yeah, I'm gonna miss Fran. I'm gonna miss Victor Garber a lot.
yeah.
But I've said before a long time ago, Victor Garber has earned his right to leave. He's
Yeah.
done more for this network and this little pocket of shows than anyone could have asked for him, especially at his age.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this dude was in Titanic. He didn't fucking need to do this
Right.
at all, and stuck around. Victor,
Stuck
guy
around long
who
enough to make a Titanic joke. Even.
the fucking dude who was in Titanic, like a central character more or less, is now Firestorm for the rest of his life.
Yep.
And ours.
Yeah.
He's the DC, like, public consciousness forever now, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
First of all, the fact that we have a live screen adaptation of Firestorm alone is stunning. So
Right.
Very weird.
grateful for every minute he was on screen. He made me laugh so many times, and almost made me cry like a blubbering baby in that crossover. So
Yeah.
I can't say this, he hasn't earned everything,
Yeah.
So
And I mean, if things continue to go the way they're going, he might be the best Firestorm we ever get. So rest in peace,
True.
Victor.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
he might be the only Firestorm we ever get.
Oh no.
Baby Firestorm 2019.
Please be excited for the Firestorm movie coming never.
Where he teams up with the Metal Men. The
Yes.
Metal Men. Because remember when they did a comic book called Legends of Tomorrow? It's not an adaptation of the show, no. It's just Legends of Tomorrow. And there's a story with the Metal Men. And
Who
no
doesn't- okay.
Firestorm.
The Metal Men are
Use that
cool though.
IP. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, Hunter.
What?
The Metal Men are fine.
Yeah.
Say things like that. You
I'm
also have
saying-
to remember that you've said things like, "Samuroids are dumb, but Samuroids are kind of cool."
Yeah.
And
You're also
and you consistently praise characters like Dog Welder.
you're also
Yeah.
the person.
You
You're
shut your
also
fucking mouth about Dog Welder. He's awesome.
Hunter. You were also the person who said that there should be a Schindler's List too.
Okay. You're taking that quote way out of context.
Hunter's
I
like,
didn't say,
Hunter pulls a fucking Wally Weaver from Watchmen. He's like, no, I was misquoted, okay?
I was misquoted.
He
I
was-
said,
What I said
Yeah.
was,
I was saying it's like. Okay, I'm not getting into this right now.
in fact, what I said was, that
Just go back
Batman
to
is
listen
real.
to episode 10 and go to episode and 46 minutes in, and you'll get it. You'll
What I was saying is, if Batman is real, then he is chocolate. And if that makes you feel sudden religious terror, don't worry. That just makes you human.
God damn it.
I was
By the
watching
way-
the movie the other day.
Speaking of episode titles, or not episode titles, episode numbers, is this episode 50? Or was that last week?
It probably
surprise.
will be, since our Punisher episode isn't coming out when we wanted it to.
It's our 50th anniversary, guys. We did it despite God trying to kill us.
So yeah, this probably will be episode 50.
And despite Andy hexing us.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah.
Andy, I love you to death, man, but please lift the curse.
He still hasn't apologized for it, and I'm very salty about it.
Yeah, so this will be episode 50.
Just like I'm blaming this oncoming cold squarely on his shoulders too. I don't care if it has to do with the temperature in Las Vegas suddenly dropping 30 degrees. It's Andy's fault.
Yep.
He brought this cold air on me. Okay. He did it.
It was
Anyway,
him,
Arrow,
Barry.
before-
God damn
Jesus.
Look, my state of semi-consciousness is only gonna last so much longer.
All right, let's rush
Yeah,
through.
let's move on to Supergirl then.
Oh, Supergirl. Okay.
Yep.
This I have no fucking memory of. Except, didn't Kara say something like, "I pummeled Cal, I can pummel you"?
This was
Yeah.
this was really bad. I don't know why this is third rate.
Because it was better than Arrow.
So
No, not really. Not really. Not at all.
I really like Arrow this season. I was really underwhelmed by Arrow this episode.
Right, but this was worse. Yeah, the Hall and Oates joke was bad.
What are you talking about?
It was bad.
Yeah.
No.
It was bad. No,
You're
it was
wrong.
bad.
Nah.
I
You're
don't
wrong.
recall.
It got an automatic
Joe.
A for me because
Life
Carl
Day
won.
was funny. Why are they bundled up? This is L.A. Or their version of L.A.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, everyone on that earth is an alcoholic because that's
Right,
all
that's
they were
true.
doing was drinking.
That's
Just
fine.
drinking
Oh,
heavily.
so they're saying it's Dark Knight Returns, Martian Manhunter?
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, in Dark Knight Returns, Martian Manhunter is an alcoholic because he like trying to understand humanity just fucked him up big
Wait,
time.
in Dark Knight
Wow.
Returns?
Thanks, Frank Miller.
Yeah,
I don't remember this
Thanks,
in Dark Knight Returns at all, and I've read
I
that book
thought-
like 4
Yeah,
times.
he was in Dark Knight Strikes Again, I think, or Strikes Back. But
I don't remember
Oh.
Frank Miller ever writing Martian Manhunter. Ever.
I don't remember Frank Miller ever writing anything good other than Sin City.
God damn it.
Hey, whoa, I
And-
will literally fight you over Dark Knight
Dark Knight
Returns.
Returns is great.
It's
Um,
good. I just hate Frank Miller a lot.
Returns is
No,
good.
Martian-
Year one is
Martian
the superior
Manhunter was-
Batman story, but that's beside the point.
Martian
Um,
Manhunter was in Strikes Back because I remember
Yeah.
he got killed. in
I
that
mean-
whatever panel
Okay,
it was.
yeah,
It's hard to
Spoilers.
remember who was in
Actually-
Strikes Back because the art in that book is so confusing.
Yeah, it's real
Uh,
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Um,
fuck Frank Miller.
But so I like how Kara, Lena, and I cannot remember her name, Odette Eustman. I like how they're suddenly the 3 best friends that anybody could ever have.
Yeah.
They've known each other for 7 episodes, and Kara only knew her name like 2 episodes ago. But they're best friends. They are best friends. They are the best of friends. They would bury a body for each other. That's how good of friends they are. After
Listen, they all
7
drink
episodes.
together.
They're best friends.
They are best friends, guys. As we learned from this episode, they are best friends.
Best
They're
friends.
wet brains. They're all wet brains together, so that's
Best
why they're
friends.
best
I'm
friends.
not going to say that there are no good parts in this episode. I like when they met up with the religious guy again.
Yes.
He
Rob-
was good.
Lowe's brother, Chad.
Yep.
Whoa.
He was good.
The
So,
scene
yeah.
the scene of Rain killing all those thugs was actually really well shot.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I like the POV part of that. It's very obvious that they didn't have her costume done till the last
No,
minute.
they did not.
So they were just like
No, they did not.
they were.
Which
They did not. So they were probably just
Mark.
using. They were probably just using Uber Girl's costume, like for the shots, for some of the shots, where they didn't have this Rain costume done, and when they finally revealed her costume, she looked really dumb.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, I do remember that. I remember that very distinctly. She looks terrible.
If they were doing a an adult film parody of Lord of the Rings.
Oh no! This is the kind of complaints we level at Gotham.
and she were playing is it Sauron or Saruman? Sauron. That is what she would look like. That's what
Yeah.
her face mask would look like. She looks like a Sauron cosplayer in a cheap porn knockoff of
Well, if she was in a cheap
of the
porn
Rings.
knockoff, she would be the mouth of Sauron, actually.
God fucking
Oh boy!
No. No.
God damn it, Eric. Okay. But yeah, there are good things in the episode, other than that. I like Morgan having a lead panic room. That was cool. And then...
The when they were fighting, I really like the slowed motion shot of Rain throwing the flaming car door
Yeah, that
I
was
thought
cool.
that was done really well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked that when she was fighting Kara, that was also POV. Because, again, they didn't have her costume yet. But they had to shoot her part of it from her perspective. I like her punching Kara. And I like really getting, like, her, like, ouch shots or whatever. Her ouch reactions. Yeah. That was good. The rest of that fight is not the best, though.
No.
It's... the action in this episode is really bad. A lot of the lines
Also,
are
I want
to
to bring up what I brought up before about Barry being buffed and nerfed in a small time window. Kara mentions, like, hey, I beat Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of the same thing that happens to Barry every season when they brought a new fucking speedster. He shows up, he's like, I'm the fastest man, and then he gets scruffed and dragged around the city for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fucking puppy.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened here. And the consistent nerfing of Kara to create drama is very bothersome.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's one of the reasons why I'm not particularly jazzed about Supergirl, because a few weeks ago, someone was like, she can't breathe underwater. I'm like, she can breathe in space, you fucking idiots.
That was the premiere. But
did they forget what show they were watching?
Maybe. Possibly.
Wait, that was the premiere?
That was 7 weeks ago.
Fuck, oh my god, what planet am I on?
I don't know. Connor, are you here right now?
I don't know. Am I dreaming all this?
This is all an elaborate fever dream.
I'm still in bed in the I'm still napping in the break room at work, aren't I?
Can we talk about Mon-El's performance in this episode? Or I should air quotes that performance. His performance.
I don't remember much, but I got just shades of his fucking sad man beard look from the crossover.
Beyond that, though, like, he didn't show that he understands how other people's emotions work.
Nobody knows what it's like to be the Mon-El.
It's so weird. Like, this is a character who he became annoying because of how they wrote him, not because of his performance last season. He was fine last season. There was nothing wrong with him.
Shit, I turned around on Mon-El pretty quickly in the musical episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the first time I bought them as a couple.
Yeah, he was good. It was the writing that was bad. So I don't understand what happened here. This is like... It's like he was asleep for most of his scenes. And it just got really annoying. And it was like, can you wake up? Can you stop napping? I'm talking to you, Connor. I'm not actually talking to him. But no.
Wake up, Connor, you have to wake up.
If I suddenly thrust awake in the break room at work, I'm going to track all of you down and murder you. Because that means I have now dreamt the last, 8 hours of the day. And that means I had to go do it all over again. I'm going to kill you.
Wake up, Connor. You have to wake up.
You have to wake up.
Oh my god, I'm going to take more Benadryl and just fucking pass out. I'm going to go a level deeper until no one can fucking find me.
Yeah, but Chris, what's his face or whatever his name is, he needs to...
Chris
I don't know
Woods.
what he needs to do. He needs to do something to be a character again? I don't know,
Well, it's too late. What a scathing insult. I think it's too late for Mon-El to be a character because Mon-El has been established as a dramatic instrument, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's there to create soap drama. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's his
then
only purpose.
I don't know what Saturn Girl was doing this episode, but I'd like if she could please stop. I like, which is a mean thing to say, but I didn't. What was she doing? There's a moment where she has rib sauce all over her face, and she's and she doesn't know that it's there. She's a grown adult woman.
A grown adult woman from the 31st century though, because she's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, people eat food with your hands." It's so
Right.
cute.
Which is so dumb. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's the 31st century. You would still be eating with your hands. I do not believe for a second that we would stop eating with our hands if we still looked like humans.
No, man, the food's just teleported into your stomach.
So dumb. So dumb.
Don't forget, and Monel says she's from Titan.
Right, because she's Saturn Girl, and also she has psychic powers. So
Of course she
her
does.
line should be, "No, Kara, I know exactly what you're thinking right now." It should not be, "Well, I get this vibe from you." No, it should be, "Well, Kara, I know that you're hurting over this. I can sense what you're thinking right now." And John should be saying the same thing to her. She can sense what you're thinking, Kara, so there's no reason to hide anything from her. They're completely ignoring aspects of a character, unless I'm mistaken, but Saturn Girl...
No, yeah, if I remember correctly, she was psychic, or at least had the ability to read minds.
She's like Deanna Troi, but in the year 3000. I don't know.
Excuse me, Deanna Troi was empathic. She wasn't a psychic. Thank you.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah,
Alan.
I know. I'm the last person to be saying
you
this.
have no place excusing me, someone on this show.
Last person to do it. I don't know. I have nothing else to say.
I just wanted to
about
be able to do
Supergirl.
it once. That's all.
Actually, Alan, you like Supergirl the most, so maybe you have some positive things to say, because it's just a big mess to me.
What do you mean?
Okay, cool.
Do you have positive things to say about Supergirl?
What
You have
do
it
you mean?
ranked
What do
the
you mean?
highest.
What do you mean? He asked me if he had any positive thing to say.
Alan, you have it second. You have it second ranked. Second ranked. You're the only person that has it there.
Yeah.
So do
Alan,
you have positive
tell us.
things to say about
Tell
Supergirl?
us.
I like what they're doing with. I like how they're in the comics. Rain was didn't appear that much, and when she did, she was with other world killers.
Other Doomsday types.
No. I'm talking about literal world killers.
What? You need to give us context before you say these things.
You said world killers like it's fucking in capital letters. Nobody
Right.
understands what the fuck that is.
Is that a team? Is that an organization, or are they just other characters who could be categorized as world killers? So when you say other world killers,
Categorized as world killers.
So I think characters who are like Doomsday, who are brought in to just wreck shit. That's what I think.
Alan's like, no, characters like Doomsday.
Ironically, Doomsday is not a world killer.
Oh, this is the most splitting of hairs in the history of splitting hairs.
I do not. Okay.
No, I'm talking about
I regret my decision.
Yeah, you should.
I was trying to bring some positivity on this show that I was just shitting on, but okay. God fucking damn it.
Look, the character of Rain in the comics has very little. Once she appeared, she just quickly went away.
So she's like a very cardboard character.
Like Doomsday.
No, Doomsday's shown up at least every 5 years.
To do what?
To be Doomsday?
To be in like a 3-issue story arc and then disappear again.
Dude, Doomsday is and will always be remembered for one fucking thing. And that's having a rock beard who beat and killed Superman, then fucking died.
Right.
That's it.
And then he got...
all you can remember.
Then he became a troll baby in a film later on. Because that's a thing that actually happened. Remember?
But, that being said, if Doomsday shows up in a movie or a TV show, or if he shows up in fucking Superman Rebirth, or in Dark Knight's Metal, like he apparently is now in various forms, it's scary because you know what Doomsday can do. However, his reputation is...
He's like...
He did
you know
the
what
one
he's like?
thing.
He's like Bane, but they forgot to make him compelling.
Right.
Yes.
He's like Bane, but not cool at all.
Bane is a small scale, I would classify as a world killer in the world of Batman, because if Bane shows up, you're like, someone's getting hurt.
Yep. Yep.
Except when Bruce Wayne is like, I can unbreak my back.
God damn it.
Does he actually do that?
Yes!
That's
He did it in
amazing.
Batman Rebirth.
That's amazing. I love it.
He planted two fucking bullshit handles into a wall and unsnapped his back.
Mm-hmm.
Just by being the sheer power of Batman. Anyway.
So Guardian used his shield again, and everybody's
No.
angry about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Oh, man.
Actually, here's the thing. I liked that. Because he would
I
have
thought
his
it was
shield with
okay.
him. He would have his shield with him. He would still have
Like,
it with
One
him.
Guardian.
Yeah, he wasn't Guardian, though. It was just his shield, so it's fine. Whatever.
That and Olsen and Luther getting it on.
Yeah, that was good. That's the, like, shining part of this whole thing is Lena and Jimmy getting together. I like that. They have a lot of chemistry, and if that continues throughout the show, I'm in. Yeah, so that was good. And they've been hinting at it for 7 episodes, and it's very much like Sharp and Sarah, where it's like, just get to it already. Just get there. Just do it. We're all expecting it, so go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to say about Supergirl, so unless Eric, since you seem to be the only one interested in talking about it, unless anybody else has something else to say about it.
No, I mean, I think we covered everything.
I did not.
All right, so let's talk about the biggest crime of this week.
I did not.
Actually, I gotta get out, guys, because I gotta be up early tomorrow morning. So enjoy talking about Arrow, and I'll let you guys know how Renee ends up calling Mr. Terrific his true name in the mornings.
God fucking damn.
You know what? You don't have to do that.
Oh no, it's too late. It's already started.
Oh well. Let's talk
Please
about
stop.
what?
I said, please stop.
Yeah, let's talk about how they fucking manufactured some stupid ass drama to fucking make me try to think that Team Arrow is split up, and I know it's not fixed in a couple episodes because they're making a team of villains to fight a team of heroes. I'm not stupid, CW.
Yes, but someone came back this week, and that's the important thing.
Oh,
and it totally is here.
The fucking the man of honor himself is here.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So this episode, it's a very nothing episode, and it feels like padding.
It is a nothing episode that has the audacity to try to make me think that Team Arrow is split up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm offended.
This whole episode...
This is the first time Arrow has offended me since I started watching the show.
Yeah, this whole episode is them leading up to that end of this episode, which is the best part of this episode. It's all leading up to that reveal that Caden James has built himself a team of villains to help him be more of a villain. And that's the only thing about this that is really good. It's a lot of drama that doesn't make any sense, and it's a lot of like Ollie getting mad at people because of pointing the fingers.
That's my biggest issue with this season is it's just been a chain of people I want to see getting along, consistently bickering.
Yes.
And it's getting tiresome. Like, the Dinah-Diggle relationship is cool when it's very brotherly, sisterly, but when they're just, like, sniping each other, it's not fun. Yeah. I don't want to see Ollie take a third shit on the third Black Canary. Are you fucking kidding me? This shit.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
That was annoying. And the way that they made you think it was going to be Curtis, that was the mole or whatever, that was really annoying. Even though he acted those scenes very well, but they keep on playing up his disillusion. And I just didn't understand why. There are other things you could use this episode to do. You can set up why Vigilante would even join this evil villain team.
Dude, okay. First of all, we haven't even seen Vigilante.
We've seen him for one episode.
Since Dinah had that run-in with him.
Yeah.
Where he's like, hey, I still remember the thing we had. Here's a gift.
Right.
And that's the last we saw him. Now he's like, I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a villain.
Every time I see Vigilante now, I just keep thinking of, like, does he have, like, a mutant superpower where, like, his head is, like, superhumanly strong? And that's why he keeps getting shot in the head and surviving?
No, they they explained this. He has healing factor.
Oh, he does.
Deadpool.
He has
Okay.
Wolverine's healing factor. Like, it's
Okay.
it's the same rate of rehealing even.
Because I forgot that, and like,
So
it just
okay,
kind of
that-
funny to me.
That goes to another problem. Like, I get it. Okay, all the problems I've had with the season so far are explained by this episode. Vigilante suddenly showing up, and them just throwing at us that Dinah's husband is the vigilante.
Hang on, I keep hearing there's audio bleeding in from somebody.
Oh, sorry, my TV's on. I forgot
Oh,
to turn it
okay.
off.
Anyway, continue.
But yeah, it's like this whole like suddenly Vigilante's back, and also he's Dinah's husband. Dinah's husband, who we saw in one episode a season ago.
Oh, yeah, that goes back to the reveal of Vigilante, which we all agree was completely underwhelming, because, like, his mask comes off, and, like, for a split second, we're like, holy shit, and then we're like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, who is this? Is that Rick Cosnet?
Yeah. Eddie's back. Yeah.
I was like, this would explain a lot with Eobard Thawne, but it doesn't make sense for Arrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It explains why Anatoly has only been in one episode, and they made it seem like he's going to be a big thing this season. I don't. It's so weird, this whole thing of them like rushing to like add in things and not giving things time to grow. So there wasn't an episode that was
or it's
setting
not
up
giving time to
Vigilante.
grow, or just like letting things peter out. Like Diggle as the Green Arrow is the most anticlimactic bullshit
yeah, it had
that
no
this show has
purpose.
thrown in front of me in a long time. Like, there's no payoff. There was no purpose.
it
There was no
was-
dramatic turn.
Yeah.
Diggle was like, my arm's broke, and Ollie's like, okay, I'm back.
Yeah, it was all built up for that episode before the crossover, which was a good episode. I thought that was a good episode. We didn't really get to talk about it, but I thought that was a fine episode. But that was just the end of that, of Diggle as Arrow. We're suddenly here, and Oliver is Arrow again. Just inexplicably.
It
and-
makes a lot of people that I'm supposed to root for really unlikable.
Yeah.
This entire affair. It makes me really hate Renee.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh yeah, fuck Renee. I don't want him to come back. And there's no redemption for that character, as far as I'm concerned.
well, especially because
Um,
like he was given the opportunity to go have a hearing with his daughter, and didn't he just not show up because he's like, nah, man, I suck.
No, Adrian abducted him. That's why.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But he initially didn't want to go, and fucking Quentin had to talk him into going.
Yeah. So yeah, Adrian's or not Adrian. Renee is a dick. So screw him.
And then like he was spying on Dinah, Mr. Terrific, and Diggle.
That was weird. No, he's spying on the new team. Because it was an explicit plot point that the new guys were angry that he wasn't spying on Felicity or Diggle. And they kept doing like these shots of Diggle like he was going to be the mole. Like that was going to be a reveal at some point. Which also would like any of these people being the mole is dumb. This whole plot point of any of them turning on Oliver makes no sense.
Well, it's also tied into this how we said this FBI agent plotline is really not petering out. It's not panning out the way it should.
The
At
idea of
all.
it is good. That's it.
Ended up being very stupid, and actually like it's like an anchor. It's dragging everything down with it. And the woman who's playing this FBI agent is very comparable to Elle from the Death Note movie from Netflix, in that we don't actually seeing her doing any kind of investigative work. She shows up and goes, "Ha! I've got information."
Yeah.
And the audience goes, "How did you get this information?"
Lately,
and now
it's
the
just
la-
her
the
looking at a
la-
board and just
And
like,
the fucking laziest route they could go with is like, "Oh, here's a character we've made you like for the last 2 seasons. Oh no, it's him."
yep, it's him.
It's a complete cop out.
It's this guy who really wanted to be on the team. He got shot in the leg and he still wanted to be on the team. And like, I don't get it. Like, I get the whole thing with Curtis's husband and like bringing that back, and I actually liked that. That sort of plays on the last mid-season finale that they did. and how he had to give up his husband. That stuff is good, but I don't believe for a second that Curtis, the person who wanted to be on this team the most, would ever want to leave it for any reason. I would not believe that for a second, because
not at all.
He so wanted to be on the team. He so enjoyed the idea of being a superhero and having a costume that I just didn't buy it at all. And Dinah, who, as she says in this episode, she owes a lot to Oliver. She feels a debt to Oliver. I don't see why she would ever abandon him. So it causes them to do this dumb thing.
This whole thing reeks of what I'm just now going to start calling the Civil War II problem, which is you take a bunch of characters who act a certain way and you have them betray their own characters for the sake of creating a conflict that nobody wants to see.
Like, and here's the thing.
Big fucking problem. And is somebody blow drying something in the background? What's happening?
It sounds like it. I mean, I don't want to say Allan, but Allan, what's going on? Is there?
No, it's me. I think I know what's going on. I'll fix it. Hold on.
Okay. It sounds
Why
like
would you
something.
think it was me?
Because
No,
Allan,
YouTube
usually
videos.
is you, but I think it is me. Hold on, I'll fix it.
Okay. No, it's the Civil War. It's the Carol Danvers issue where
right.
you have a character who acts one way, who suddenly does a 180, and then makes characters around her do a 180 and act in ways that, like, and granted, I don't know too much about Captain Marvel. However, I have a feeling she doesn't act like she does in Civil War II all the time. And actually, it was Stephanie, I believe, who confirmed my suspicion. She said, like, no, she was. It was, I think, Ed too. Both of them were like, it was a complete character assassination of Carol Danvers. And this could go that route if they keep up with these stupid, needless conflicts.
Yeah, like, I don't care how betrayed Oliver felt how betrayed he felt by Evelyn Sharp from last season. I don't believe for a second that he would go this far and spy on his own teammates.
I'm sorry, who?
Evelyn Sharp.
Artemis?
Yes.
The one who died on the island.
Considering she hasn't been fucking mentioned since,
well, she's
it shouldn't
dead.
have enough. Yeah, I mean, probably. We don't even fucking know.
I'm pretty sure she died in one of the cages. I don't know. But no, like, I don't get why that would make him want to spy on them. I would believe that he would, like, ground them or something.
She was only around for a fucking hiccup to begin with.
Right.
And, like, she betrays him so quickly. It's like, well, obviously she was never in this to begin with. And these people spy me, despite all that happening, despite me saying I wanted to quit because Adrian Chase kicked my fucking lily ass, and then coming to an island with me to save my son, risking fucking life and well, no, they didn't come; they were abducted, but still,
Right.
Like they were in the deep together, and now everyone's like, nah, fuck this, and they just split up. Nah, I don't buy it for a second.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't, and it's
well, I don't buy it for that reason we just discussed. I also don't buy it because it's a clear mid-season, like, it's a Walking Dead trope.
It's
where the Walking Dead gives you something that's like, they're like, a big thing's gonna happen.
Right.
And then they're like, it's gonna happen next season, actually. Gotcha. See you in 8 months.
It's
Well, they kind of pulled someone like that tonight with a key character.
I already know what it is. And it's, you know what? We're not gonna talk about it here. Fuck that show.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after the recording. But yeah, this is very problematic, and it's we did say in the chat overall that this has been a very weak mid-season finale. It's across the board. It is totally the weakest. I don't disagree with that at all.
We can go back to the mid-season finale of Arrow season 1 when it was just Arrow. It hasn't been this weak even then. It wasn't this week during season 2 of Flash and season 3 of Arrow.
Dude, and remember how we did when we did the season 2 retrospective of Flash, and we're like, hey, Zoom's not that interesting. God damn it, he seems fucking layered as an onion ever since we've said that, because there are so many different missteps that all the shows have taken since then that it made you think, wow, maybe season 2 of the Flash is actually good. And just because it wasn't as good as the first season, we're like, meh.
Yeah.
Season 1 of The Flash, that mid-season finale is eternal. It's never going to go away. It's never going to be as good as it was. Even if it has the biggest plot hole
I don't care. I don't care.
But that's how strong the finale is, because the reveal is so good. and the emotional reaction from it is so good that you're like, I don't care if that plot hole doesn't make it. Like, there's an explanation. It's confusing and still makes a little sense, but there's an explanation.
All of these shows have great mid-season finales. All of them.
Yeah.
They've had great ones in the past. The reveal of Slade in season 2 of Arrow is one of the best things that they've ever done.
Wasn't the mid-season finale of Legends of Tomorrow last year a Christmas episode?
Yeah, I know. No, I remember last year their Christmas episode came like a month after Christmas. It was really weird. But no, their mid-season finale was the Chicago episode where they go to. What?
I have important news.
Okay.
It better be important.
Giancarlo Stanton is a Yankee. Fuck y'all!
I'm sorry. Who is that?
Al, do you know what kind of podcast this is?
Allan, wait, you say a Yankee?
Yeah.
Are you talking about baseball right now?
Yes, I am. It's the off season.
You know, you keep on being worried about us firing you. You keep on panicking and going down these weird Facebook rabbit holes where you post for hours about I'm so sad and I think that my friends are gonna fire you.
Take my headset out for a second just to process all this.
And then in the middle of us talking about Arrow, you bring up the fucking Yankees? What is wrong with you, sir?
Ow, Connor just hit me through the fucking
If you were like Henry Cavill just died, we would have stopped what we were talking about and be like, holy fuck, that's news.
Right.
Do you know how many games of baseball I watched in my life? Less than one. Less than one. There's not a single physical activity in the world besides running that I find less eventful than baseball. Okay?
Connor's gonna reach through the screen and
Fuck baseball. Baseball's boring. We're talking about comic books and comic book TV shows. Get on the fucking train.
God fucking damn it. Also, this means that you were fucking multitasking again. Ugh. God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it.
It speaks volumes when this show has brought up wrestling and, like, we've gotten less angry about it.
Well, that was a year ago when I wasn't as vocal as I am now. God fucking... okay.
All right, can we just finish up? Because I'm exhausted and I'm dying.
All right, this was not a great episode of Arrow. How bad it is, I'm realizing now. I was swept up by the glamour that is Anatoly, and I'll admit that.
Aren't we all?
But the action scene, the ending action sequence, was actually really good this episode. But that's
I will say if excuse me, I'm really sorry. If Black Siren makes out of the season alive, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm kind of over Katie Cassidy in general.
I'm kind of done with her and Caden James having his own villain force or whatever. I think that makes that more likely. Because he has Vigilante, so he doesn't really need two metas.
I'm honestly, like, I'm really glad the whole Felicity all thing happened again, because
man, me too. And let me tell you why. Because now I will look at all these, like, and I understand people have had problems with Felicity in the past. Trust me, I've had problems with Felicity in the past.
we all have.
However, there comes a point where it's time to grow up
Mm-hmm.
and move on. And the fact that we are now in year 6 of this show, and they're married, the bitching stops. Shut the fuck up. Get over it.
I have no problem with it, as long as they don't go back on it in the finale of the season. As long as they, like, actually portray that realistically and continue that relationship. And don't treat it like a thing to just throw away. Looking at you, Flash. As long as they actually treat it with some respect and use it properly.
Miss Patty.
Remember when we thought Patty was Savitar?
No, I
Remember we
brought
thought
that
Patty
up.
was Zoom?
Yeah.
Patty
that was
Patty
great.
Spivot would have been a much more interesting reveal in either situation.
Yeah, in both situations.
And
Even
her
most
reason-
interesting is the thinker, actually.
And her reasonings would be totally and utterly justified. I knew it was you. You lied to me, and then you left me on a fucking train, you piece of shit.
God
even
damn.
after I called your bluff.
Yeah.
Oh man, remember Linda? That's funny. I'm like, remember Linda? Silence.
You mean Dr. Light?
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Wait, what?
Um,
Remember
Yeah.
Dr. Light, who he revealed his identity to in order to get her to trust him? Because that's a thing that you do. You reveal your secret identity to people so that they kind of trust you enough to use them as a trap. Yeah, that's a thing that happened in Season 2. Season 2 has problems, guys. It has real problems. But,
yes.
yeah, I don't know.
But I miss it dearly.
Yeah.
This is a bad cliffhanger for Arrow. It's pointless. It's
Yeah.
ultimately gonna be undone, just like Digglebean the Arrow was undone.
It's
almost
gonna be
immediately.
undone in 20 minutes. 20 minutes into the mid-season premiere, most likely. Yeah. I don't know. There's good stuff in here, though. Like, the break into Argus, that's good. I don't believe that bar can hold Oliver or whatever. But whatever. There's good stuff in here, but this episode is mostly just bitching at each other, and it's really annoying.
And the plot line of is Oliver Queen the Arrow kind of needs to come to an end sooner than later.
Hopefully.
At
Because
some point.
as we've said, this FBI agent character is ineffective, and I think her quest brings the show down and kills the pace. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here to watch a show about a rich boy who kills people with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not beat around the bush. That's what Arrow is. Okay. We have gotten past the moral conundrum of is killing bad? No.
Yeah. We're here for that, or we're here for John Diggle just, like, shooting bolts into people. And, like,
Yeah, I'm here to see Deathstroke go down a hallway
mhm.
and remove people from his sword with machine gun fire.
That's what we want,
and-
people.
I'm here. Yeah, Arrow is supposed to be like the show that's kind of. It's supposed to be the action-heavy show
Yes.
with fight scenes and kind of. Here's the problem too. Like, they finally had a team where I was like, I like everybody.
Yeah.
I like this whole team.
They
like,
changed
everybody
the
here.
logo because of the team.
Yes. It's like, so it's like, it's very similar to the Flashpoint problem, where like you did Flashpoint and then undid Flashpoint in the third year of the show. That's something you do in like year 5
Mm-hmm.
or year 10. Like, you're trying to tell me you're going to change the status quo. A, I don't believe you because I know it's not going to last.
Right.
And B, like, this team just got together in the grand scheme of things. Like, stop this.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
It's kind of like how in Avengers you're like, oh, it's cool they came together, and then by Age of Ultron you're like, they're already fighting.
Yeah. I did like the camera reveal, though. That's the thing. Like, I like stuff in this episode. It's just, it is a very mixed
No, I
bag.
didn't. It's just, it's the, I guess the opposite end of the Flash episode where the DeVoe stuff is so good you can get past the Aminet stuff.
Yeah.
And in this, like, the needless drama is so bad, it takes away from everything else that's good.
Yeah. And just weird scenes that come out of nowhere. Like Curtis eating Renee's hamburger or whatever.
What?
I don't remember this at all.
There's a
don't
scene
either.
where Renee, Curtis, and Canary, they're outside and they're eating from a big belly burger truck, like a food truck. And they're sitting down and Renee's not eating his burger because I guess he's not
really
hungry.
I really like how in a CW universe, Big Belly Burger seems to have a monopoly on the fast food.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
They
is
they have food
everywhere.
trucks.
Nobody ever goes to McDonald's.
No,
Mhm.
Big Belly Burger.
Yep. In the wilds of Vancouver.
That's right.
I'm on to be convinced that Big Belly Burger is kind of like a Del Taco, where you go there, it's like, hey, let's go to Del Taco. You want to get some cheeseburgers? What?
Huh?
Yeah, Del Taco tells everything.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
But I think we're running out of energy for the CW stuff.
Wow.
There's not much to say about this Spider-Man trailer,
It's
other
good.
than the fact that all of us are like, "Fuck, we need this right now."
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know which version of Peter that is.
That's Miles Morales.
Well, no,
This is-
Peter
okay,
shows up at the
not
end
to-
of the trailer.
Peter's in the trailer at the end. But this is, and I'm gonna say this about Sony, so I might have to like take a towel and wash it up my mouth afterwards. This is the boldest thing they have done with Spider-Man yet.
Yep.
It's a good choice. It's Lord and Miller.
And it's
producing it, I think.
It also shows that they are so tepid to make a change to their live-action formula, even with Peter in the MCU, that they had to go do this in an animated film.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're so willing to let this happen. It's like, you can do all this as long as it doesn't affect our mainline movies. Which I have a feeling that this movie is going to be more widely accepted than Homecoming was. Because I know a lot of people who are like, yeah, Homecoming's fine. However, Homecoming is still, basically, kind of, still, more of the same.
Fair.
It's true to an extent, not all the way, because we didn't have to relive Ben. We didn't have to relive with Great Power Comes... Well, we kind of did, but in a different way. A little more kind of... a little more interesting, like, hey, collateral damage, you dummy, kind of way. But, like, it's... When those emails came out and Sony was like, no, Peter Parker is a straight white boy. That's their definition of Spider-Man. To see this happen is like, oh man, I hope this works so fucking well that you all eat so much shit and crow.
Oh yeah. And all the nerd fanboys who are pissed about this, because
People are mad. What?
Oh my god, surprise.
There are so many of them. They're more mad about the other animated story, the all-women team animated movie.
Oh, yeah.
They can all fuck off. Everyone.
Like, I can't have a week without some fucking angry nerd getting angry about something he supposedly likes.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, I saw someone who was like, this is a comment I saw on YouTube. He was like, oh, Spider-Man, animated, Miles Morales, all the excitement, Sony Animation, I'm done, voice acting, I'm also done. What do you mean? What do you mean the voice acting? There was one line of dialogue.
There's very little voice acting. The only
Yeah, but
only
Black
part in
person said
there
it.
that I'm like, okay, I see what you mean is Sony Animation. The best Sony animated movie they've ever done is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I was about to say, if the words "Cloud the Chance of Meatballs" don't come out of your face, holy shit.
But that's the only one. So I'm gonna give that person that small element of that comment and say, yes, you are correct.
Even like that movie's like good. Like
Right.
I like that movie. I think it's great. Like
I think both those movies are fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's also Lord and Miller, which is probably why this happened. Almost.
Also, like Lord,
I can
first of all,
guarantee that.
you should just see Lord Miller and go, "Oh, that's a stamp of quality that's hard
Right.
to dispute."
yeah.
Because the
They made
Lego
the-
movie, the fucking Lego movie has no business being as good and as emotional as it is.
Yeah.
It has no business. It has no right.
Best
to be
animated
that
movie
good.
of this decade. And
Yes,
Toy Story
it's
3 happened in this decade.
So fucking good.
It's a
There should
great
be-
movie.
You should not worry anybody at all. Let's take that away and just look at it.
Mhm.
Just
And
look at it.
it,
I don't care if the animation seems somewhat choppy in some
That's-
points, because I kind of see. First of all, that style is everywhere now.
but even that seems like an artistic choice. It
Yes,
seems like,
it does.
Mhm.
So
It
I
seems to teeter because it looks like it's a combination of traditional animation, CG, and live action. I think it looks like it's kind of all over the place.
I mean, what this reminds me most of is the Neil Patrick Harris Spider-Man.
yeah,
From
yeah.
a couple
okay.
years ago.
I see what you're saying.
Stylistically, at least. And I'm fine with that.
2.5D one.
Yeah. It was like flash animation.
If you aren't immediately just like sucked in that cemetery shot where Miles spins around and you get the big gigantic genuinely expressive Spider-Man eyes. I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
I almost had to call a friend out because I eventually called his bluff because he said he wrote lame on the link, for one, he's a grandpa and he'll never listen to this, so I'm gonna call him a grandpa. He's the one who got perplexed over why the Power Rangers weren't in Justice over the Ninja Turtles. It's that kind of reaction where it's like, oh, this is stupid, I don't want it. What do you want then?
Yeah, like
What do you actually want? And on the other side of this, like the fucking female team up, that's easy. You don't like women, okay? That's it. That's all it is.
You're a sexist monster, and please die.
You're a sexist motherfucker, and your opinion means as much as the shit that falls out of my ass. Like,
fucking hate
worthless.
You're the same person who complains that the Wasp is in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and please stop liking things.
I'm sorry, is that a real complaint?
That's a real complaint.
I'm gonna come to your house.
Fucking for real. With the exception of the group that we have kind of surrounded ourselves with in the Phantom Zone, comic book fans, like wrestling fans, can be the fucking worst pieces of shits on the face of this planet. Like, I can't believe the people who are in this global community who swear up and down they love this genre so much, have so much shit to say about it, and are such malcontents that they have to open their mouths about the dumbest shit.
Well, it's because
God almighty.
I'm not defending this, but I'm just kind of explaining why. Like, for the longest time, they were the only ones who liked that shit. Like, and now, like,
it's the strangest. I don't want to turn this into a whole fucking conversation, but it's the strangest kind of reaction. Everyone who liked this shit grew up being pointed at and laughed at, and ridiculed and talked down to, and our shit wasn't taken seriously, and the idea of these being made into movies was laughable, and all the adults looked down at it and everything like that. Like, we won. The cultural war is over. We came out on top.
Right.
And now we're acting like such assholes.
Now you're acting like the most entitled motherfuckers in the world.
Right. Getting angry over things that don't even matter.
Get over yourselves. Women can be Jedi, and women can be superheroes, and women can be on teams. Fuck off.
Yeah. We live in a world where people are deactivating Facebook over Star Wars. Like,
well, that's a whole separate thing that is also.
I no, it's dumb. Like, Andy, we love you, but like,
seriously,
I think.
God damn it.
I'm preempting that.
Is he deactivating it to avoid spoilers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Star Wars is not that important. I'm sorry. Fuck.
I don't disagree with that tactic because here's how the aggression of internet douchebags is uncontrollable at this point.
Oh no, I completely agree with you on that point.
When Logan was out, and by the way, Logan spoilers for the next 10 seconds of this fucking thing, there was somebody who I saw in a comment thread in a fucking WWE video promoting Roman Reigns. And it was like, don't let this distract you from the fact that Hugh Jackman dies at the end of Logan by being impaled in a tree. What? This isn't even a Logan video. Like, how much of a piece of shit do you have to be to go aggressively out of your way to suck the enjoyment out of something from someone? You're just vile.
Like, those assholes are gonna spoil it no matter where you are.
Yes,
exactly. They'll spoil it in the room that you are in. There's the stories that came out when Force Awakens was out of people loudly talking about the fact that Han died, loudly, like for everybody to hear.
There was a guy at a theater who was standing outside of Force Awakens as people were going in, telling everyone who walked in that Han Solo died.
Yeah,
and I believe that a guy in a Boba Fett costume beat the fuck out of him.
Good.
Which
not good. That's terrible, but good.
Oh, that guy deserves it.
No, I like that.
That guy deserves every second that he got beat.
That guy deserves every beating from that Mandalorian. It's like there was a dude years ago who, when Prometheus came out, he was telling theater patrons that there was an abortion scene, and gave out explicit details of that scene because he was against abortion. I'm like, dude, are you against squid abortion? Because that's what's happening, you fucking troglodyte.
Yeah.
But
you should have let that baby, this insider,
carry that fucking squid baby to I don't disagree with Andy because CM Punk described social media as it's a kitchen in your window that people will shout into. You
Mhm.
have the option of walking to that window and shutting it.
Yep.
And I believe in anyone's right to want to do that.
I mean,
That's
no,
why-
yeah, no, but you have to understand. It's like, I love
However-
Star Wars.
However, on the other hand, it's Sunday. Star Wars is out Friday. He's got time. Because trust me, I looked for spoilers today. There aren't any.
mm-hmm.
And let me
But-
explain why there aren't any. Because no two sets of spoilers read the same because no one actually knows what the fuck they're talking about yet.
So
Yeah.
also, I was gonna say, Star Wars is good. It's important, but like, it's not that important. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
We-
like, if
we-
he was saying he's not doing Twitter, I understand that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's easy. I just won't sign in. That's super simple.
Yeah,
I just delete my app every once in a while. I don't give a fuck.
right.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
yeah.
But the thing with Facebook is like, and the spoilers especially too. Like I was on Reddit today, and I saw like, I don't care about spoilers personally. I knew Han Solo was gonna die a year out. I mean, even, and then when it still happened, I was like, holy fuck, this sucks.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, I assumed it. So
Well, I read details of that sequence that were basically it was vague details of that scene.
I mean,
I think a year and a half out. But like, I was on Reddit today, and someone was like, "I have a friend who had a friend who attended the screening, and these are the details he leaked." And then like, you go to next post, and each post contradicts the other one explicitly.
yeah.
Hmm.
Also, this
strange.
is Reddit, the site that said that Batman v Superman would be released in 2 separate parts.
Wow.
Yeah, it's trusting the internet until you see proof is silly as fuck. Do we all remember an article that I passed around for a minute before Batman vs Superman came out? It was like a 15-page dissertation about how Batman vs Superman is actually, factually, super secretly Dark Knight 4, and that Christian Bale's Batman was going to appear, and that Ben Affleck was actually playing Slade Wilson, and that Henry Cavill was going to be introduced into the Dark Knight universe, and how this person was that, and this person was a code for this. It's 15 pages
sounds-
of absolute insanity that someone swore up and down was gospel truth.
And
And
they
not a
worked the
single
Jason Todd theory into this, right?
Yes, they
God.
did. Yes, they did. Not a
I think it's
shred of it.
mediocre.
Not a single shred of it was reality.
I kind of, at this point, I kind of wish it was.
I mean,
I mean,
It'd probably make for a better
I think
movie.
they all. I think they also managed to work in like Michael Keaton's Batman and like fucking
Oh,
George
fuck
Clooney
off.
and Val Kilmer
Fuck
into this.
off.
Like it was clinical insanity.
It was
um,
James Bond Batman.
I fucking hate nerds so much.
Yes.
oh, nerds are the worst. Nerds are the worst.
So I both understand Andy's like, nope, I will turn the noise off. However,
Yeah,
Is-
I get that part.
just noise.
I mean,
And you don't have to like you can just not acknowledge it. That's it. But also again, it's Sunday. We've still got 4 or 5 days. Like,
yeah.
pipe down.
I mean, maybe it's unfair because I feel like I've surrounded myself mostly with people who are respectful and who wouldn't do that. And I really don't troll groups as much as I used to. Like,
If I see
I'm
that,
not on
I'm gonna
groups.
beat the shit out of them.
Oh, if you're in the Phantom Zone, I'm gonna say this right now, and you drop Star Wars spoilers, you're out. You're done.
You're fucking out. You're banned, man.
You're
Forever.
insta
forever.
banned.
We're dead to us as well.
Yeah, yeah. You
I'll
might
pee-
be blocked
I
as
will-
friends also. Like
I will pee on your metaphorical tombstone.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
And then if you die before me, I might actually pee on your tombstone. I won't
Right.
do that. That's really
Yeah.
disrespectful.
I mean, if I'm in the vicinity,
I'm not.
maybe.
I'm not taking the risk of Frank Castle, who might have something against me, and he's teased me on TV once.
He peed on the grave of that Star Wars spoiler. I love Star Trek.
just that shot of Frank in a bar, except he's got a Star Wars shirt. he's eating like a cantina burger. Okay, I think we're at the end of the
Yeah,
show.
we need to wrap. I need to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. As usual, we went off on that was a meaningful tangent. That was probably stuff that needs to be said.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa looks cool. That's all I have
Jason
to say.
Momoa looks okay. Let me say this one more thing. The fact that we, as a species, did not huddle up and all agree that Jason Momoa is actually the sexiest man alive makes the human race look real fucking stupid right now. Because we gave it to what's basically an aged terrier who looks like he got stung by a jellyfish.
It looks like
Alright?
puffy ass Vince Vaughn.
When
Yes.
Tommy Wiseau sends his report back to his alien people, it will say, "We made this man the sexiest man alive."
That shows this man he looked like dog, and they had this man he looked like Viking warrior with long hair.
He is
I
very
do
sexy.
I do like that photo. Just before we crap, that photo like prompted one of my favorite things I've ever said. Is like someone was like, "Where's the water?" And like I was like, "They're in a submarine, idiot. Clearly, it's around them."
Oh shit!
Actually, they upgraded those air bubbles.
Yeah.
He can make
Yeah.
buildings and shit now.
God.
Make entire structures. Anyway, I'm Connor McGraw. This has been the fan. Oh god damn it! I need to go to bed soon. Oh, excuse me.
God
I'm
damn
sorry.
it, you mother.
It's been a long day. I'm Connor McGraw. This has been a very loopy episode of the Phantom Zone. But the last few have been loopy because we're all very stressed out.
And we're cursed by
we are
an evil spell.
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram. I'm going to start actually putting a lot more stuff on Instagram. Speaking of the Spider-Man trailer and my Instagram, I made my own edit of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trailer set to Meek Mill's Lord Knows. Everyone who's watched it so far has told me it's pretty fucking cool. And that includes some people in this show.
It's pretty dope.
I put the link with a picture on my Instagram. It's there. I already have strangers telling me things about it. This is the first time I have a Vimeo channel because I'm not allowed to have YouTube. This is the first time anyone has ever liked a video on my Vimeo channel ever. So I think I did something right. So I'm probably start putting little links to my kind of video editing ventures on there. It's nothing too crazy, but it's just stuff I do in my spare time. You can find me on Twitter at Wesker Commander. Movie Dumpster coming soon. We have logos and artwork and stuff coming out, so be excited. I guess everyone else died.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Davenport. I'm also find my writing on the Haro. I'm working on something right now that is way far out, but it's going to happen, and it's going to be really interesting because it's something I have to learn something for. So look out for that. I'll be talking to that when time comes. Also, something interesting is coming in 2018. I'm sure Allan would have more to say about that than me, but yeah, Twitter, Haro, yeah.
Yeah. You can find me at AA Haro on most of the places. Not going away from the social networks. Come at me, dumb nerd bros. I'll block you before you can even spoil shit for me.
I'll come to your house and slap the shit out of you if you even try.
SpaceColumbo.tumblr.com. Lost Haro podcast comes out every week on Friday. Every Friday. That's why we were recording for so long before it ever even aired. So yeah, that's a thing. Go there, subscribe to our other podcasts that Allan and Hunter and Connor are on. One of them at least. So yeah, go do that and have a good time.
You can find me on Twitter at I'm blanking on what I changed it to. I think it was this Ginger Burns, which is a take on a.
That's your best one yet.
Oh my god, that is very good.
Yeah, I got that based off this Fire Burns, aka CM Punk's first theme song in the WWE.
This Ginger Burns, that is. I don't have words for that one.
That's pretty
You
good.
can follow me on Instagram at ComicsBoy. I've been posting as much lately because I switched up my comics or my Comixology accounts between my iPads.
Okay.
You can also find my writing on lostharos@wordpress.com. I'm waiting on some stuff for the 2017 holiday gift guide that people are writing for the horror. Why are you laughing?
No, I
What?
think some of us are trying to hold back going pee.
No, I think we're getting bleed in from somewhere else. Honestly.
Oh, it's my dog.
That's what I thought. I thought something
Yeah.
was kind of sounding off.
No, it was my dog. He got really close to the mic and he was scratching himself.
God damn it, Elroy.
All right, and on that note, I think we're ready to wrap.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Bye, everybody. See you
Bye.
next week. Fuck X-Men Apocalypse.
Fuck Twitter.
And fuck this week's CW's weak-ass mid-season finales. Bye.